69. Metaphorically 69. Ew, perverts. No offense, Oscar.
Hello and welcome to episode number 69 of the Place to Be Reviews. I am Etep Wakuyan right here with all of yous. That's right, that is so cheesy. It should come with fries and a shake. What can I say? I'm here. It's Wednesday night. We've got the entire panel here. I'm joined by my co-host, the amazing MJ. How you doing, MJ?
Hey.
Also this evening joining us, Coach Loudy is in the building.
If you show me your butthole, I'll give you $1. But only one, that's all I got.
That man up in the far right corner of the screen is none other than the Don of 2 Cents Toys. Hail, Salvador.
Hello, it's me. I'm back again. This is my AT-AT. How are you?
And the man in the middle with the arrow avatar, Mr. Lincoln 7's back in the house. How you doing, man? Glad to have you back.
Doing good. And remember, God sees what's on your hard drive, you filthy pervert.
Oh, I just hope you don't get a hold of my phone because my computer is only for work. I can't afford to get viruses on my damn work computer, but my phone, that's another story. Anyway, it is.
Dirty nudes of Tessa Thompson.
Oh, well, we've moved on from Tessa to Daisy Ridley, and now I'm on to Rachel Scarston, but that's for later.
Stay tuned next week, folks, where he moves on to Brie Larson.
Oh, God, no. I'm just afraid of her. No. I won't do that.
Try to get a taste of that cheese.
Oh. You've just ruined cheese for me. God damn it.
Gun to your head, Pete. Gun to your head. You have to.
Do I have to look her in the eye?
Yes.
You have to taste that cheese.
You have to call her stunning, and you have to call her brave.
I mean, if there's a gun to my head, I mean, I've done worse. So I mean, fuck it.
And you have to do that one jackhammer maneuver
Okay,
where
first
she's
of all, hold up.
by
Y'all got
the
it wrong.
ankles, so then right there in your face.
First of all, y'all got it wrong. Brie Larson is a strong, independent woman. She's not the one who's going to take it.
She's only a strong, independent woman as long as the batteries work. All right.
Le sheesh.
And it's a good thing we're not monetized because we would be D already. Not then she'd be getting the D. Anyway. Oh wow. That's a saucy 2 minutes and the first 3 minutes of the that's a heavyweight 1 round bout, and apparently we didn't knock this motherfucker out in the first round.
Listen, when you
have Rousey that bitch.
When you're on episode 69 and you start in with Kevin saying he wants to get wined and dined in 69, you know you're in for some fuckery tonight, folks.
Where else is there to go? Be sure to bitch slap that like button if you please. And with that being said, I'm gonna kick it on down to Monica for Monica's Movie Monday on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's confusing.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so we got 4 movies. Nothing came out yesterday. Is it Friday? Okay, this Friday, Zombieland comes out. Double tap. Have everybody seen that trailer and everything, right? Did we do
Yeah, we did a watch on that, didn't we?
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
It's currently sitting at 7.4 stars right now. So, not too bad.
That's not bad.
Not at all.
All right. So then we have Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, which I'm actually looking forward to that because whatever. Fight me.
No, if you want to see it, I didn't see the first one.
I thought the first one was fine.
I'm not even an Angelina Jolie fan. I can't stand her. I really can't. But
Angelina Jolie is an MJ fan, so keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't care.
I mean, if she's good in the role, I mean, that's all that matters if you enjoy the movie. You know what I mean? She's good in the role. Cool. Enjoy the movie. You don't have to like her outside the role.
And it's got Ed, what's his face? I never say his last name right. From Deadpool, Ajax. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know.
I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
It's Ed's. Mm-hmm. It's like it's SKREIN,
I want to say it's like Ed Sheeran, but I'm sure that's not.
No, but it's pronounced like Scran, I think.
It's not Screen.
No, but it's spelled like screen and pronounced scran, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
You know he's like from somewhere other than America.
Yeah, Scranton.
Nope.
Oh, Goober Brothers. Hey, what's up, Goober Brothers?
What's up, Goober Brothers?
He's in the
Welcome
house.
to the insane asylum.
That's right. The inmates run the asylum. All right, so this Maleficent. This is how long has it been since the first one came out, Monica?
Like 2015,
Years.
16?
Okay, so it's been a couple of years. What's this one looking? What's the score so far? Does it have anything?
It's only got 20 critic reviews. And it out of 523 people, 7.1 out of 10.
Not bad. I mean, a sequel, you're talking, it's only been a couple years, so it's still relevant. Plus, I mean, this is kind of like a big event movie for them.
Yeah.
You know, it's going up against Zombieland. I wish I could go see Zombieland this weekend. I'm too busy, though. We got the watch party. I got some stuff going on Friday night. I might go watch a football game, so yeah. What else? What else? What other movies we have?
Next one is The Lighthouse. Hour and 49 minutes. I feel like that's really short compared to movies
I'm
lately.
really
But
excited for that.
are you?
Mm-hmm.
What's that one about again?
It's creepy.
It's got Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson in it. And they're both lighthouse keepers, and they're trapped inside this lighthouse during a really bad storm and shit. And
Batman and the Green Goblin.
I was gonna say, AKA Green Goblin and Batman.
Yeah.
yeah,
That sounds all right.
Wait, you
That
can't
sounds
cross streams like that.
Oh, they are.
I think
it's-
he. Go ahead.
It's got an 83 Metascore and an 8 out of 10 stars. So.
Oh, that one sounds like it's pretty decent. Then they've got some good, pre-screening reviews.
Wonder if
Yeah.
Cedric Diggory dies in this movie.
It
Oh,
says
let's
it's
do a
set
third
in
one then.
1890.
So that's a minute ago.
A little bit. All right, and then the last one is, which this one's got a pretty high score too. This is Scarlett Johansson's movie, Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, that's Taika
What is
Waititi. That's
Never
one.
mind. I don't care.
That's the one where doesn't he play Hitler in that one?
He plays Adolf, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck your
I
mythos.
can't
man.
believe I'm saying this, but what an insult to Hitler.
The description for this is a young boy in Hitler's army finds out his mother is hiding a Jewish girl in their home. It's got 7.1 out of 10 stars.
It's Hitler's youth, you uncultured swines.
Yep, that's
What
what
did
it
you
is.
ever do to deserve this?
Das Hitler, you.
Hitler deserved better, man. I saw Glorious Bastards.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that he was directing this too. Like that's the
Yeah.
only director credit. I thought he was just acting in it.
No, he directed this one too. He's all proud of this, and like I said, I mean, I saw the previews of it. I mean, it looked kind of funny, but I mean, it's Taika Waititi at the end of the day, and I guess that's not something I want to support.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to encourage that.
Yeah.
Look what he did to Thor. I don't want to encourage that behavior anymore. Damn it.
You listen. You just don't know what you like because he hasn't given it to you yet.
Yeah. I'll ruin
Well, what
it.
I like is a good movie. He's right. He hasn't given it to me yet.
Do you want me to ruin this even more for you?
Yes.
Go, yes.
Go ahead.
Yep.
It has Rebel Wilson in it.
Oh Jesus, help me, Rhonda.
Oh God, we have.
I don't know if it's a big part.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
indifferent.
Rebel
I don't
Wilson's
love
a
her,
big
but-
part.
Damn it, Pete! You took my answer. I'm gonna make a rebel.
No,
Wilson
hold
joke.
up. It could be worse. It could be Lena Dunham. Just
The
I'm
busted
still
can of
scrolling. I
biscuit.
might find it. Hold on.
please
just
don't say Lena Dunham. I was scared for a moment there.
Not
I
gonna
know it's
lie.
Halloween. I know it's Halloween, but you can't be that scary, MJ.
Lena
Can't be that-
Dunham, Melissa McCarthy, and Rebel Wilson.
Come on, Pete. Come on, it's too far, man. Let's scare away the audience.
I felt the earth move.
Just like that.
My feet.
Just like that, hundreds of
Loudy.
elections died.
This kid, one of the kids that plays in this looks like what I picture Loudy as a 10-year-old.
Why are you picturing Loudy as a 10-year-old?
Screen share.
You let Monica do whatever she wants. If she wants to imagine me as a 10-year-old, that's fine.
I'm just saying, like, if
Okay.
I saw your 10-year-old picture, this is what it would look like. I'm sending it to you right now.
Please, thank you.
His name is Archie Yates.
Archie!
Archie. Relax,
All in the family,
Edith.
man. I love that
Relax, Edith. Is
Well,
that
guys,
the-
I guess I have a kid I don't know about.
I told you.
Jesus.
is that
Is
is
Brie
that-
Larson the mom?
oh
Oh, I'm sorry, Rebel Wilson.
She snagged.
Well,
she
with the way this kid looks, it might be Rebel Wilson, though I don't remember having sex with Rebel Wilson when I was 19. So,
I think most men who had sex with Rebel Wilson say that.
listen, my late teenage years were a coke-fueled veritable who's who of incompetent fucking. So, you know, it very well could have been. She said she was famous. I didn't know her. I thought maybe I'd get famous.
And all you got was a bit part in Pitch Perfect.
all I got was a non-credited part in Pitch Perfect.
and a communicable disease.
And a very, very communicable disease, yes.
And not even the first one. Even the first Pitch Perfect is somewhat tolerable.
It was the third one.
He got put in the third one. The end of the Pitch Perfect trilogy.
I was like, wait, and then that was the end of the movie.
I keep
They edited out my voice.
So is that it, Monica?
Yeah, that's all this week.
That is all this week. So is anybody going to see anything this weekend?
If I can get my car out of the shop, I'd like to see Joker, and I still got to see Joker, and I want to see Zombieland.
I want to go see Zombieland. Joker's. I highly recommend Joker. That
movie of the year, dude.
Yeah, it was
That's what I've
excellent.
been hearing.
Have you seen Monica? Have you seen it yet?
No, sorry.
Okay. That's okay. No, all right. So you didn't. So you don't want to watch my review then, because that's like me and Adam did. That's full spoilers. So.
Yeah, you did it live. I've already seen it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you watched it or not. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet because I don't want to spoil it. But it's in my queue. It's in the watch later.
It's dude. The movie's amazing. Like I won't give anything away, but it was absolutely everything that I thought it would be, and it was a hell of a character study. That's what it is, man.
And you're still alive. So
yeah, that's it. And there was a couple kids that got up and walked out. You know, and they didn't walk out, but like walked by me to go to the bathroom. And I just kind of looked at them, and it was funny because like the one was really like skinny, and he had like kind of long curly hair. And I kind of looked at him, and I was like, beep, 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 lee, lee, dee, dee. My wife's like, shut up. I'm like, I can't help it.
Did he ask if you wanted to see a magic trick?
I was like, come here, boy. I'm going to make this pencil disappear. No, but no, man, it was funny because, like I said, Monica knows the theater. You know, it's the town we, live in, and it's just a small, chill, like old little theater, and there's no security or anything. There's the guy that runs it and the one girl that works behind the counter, and it's about it.
Sounds like a very family-owned and operated establishment.
It is. It's been around for like 100-some years too. It's old as hell. It's like a historical landmark. You can look it up. It's like thepinestheater.com or something in Houghton, Kentucky. It's fine. I don't care. That's where I live. It's it's a nice. It's like I said, man. There's a lot of taxidermy shit in there. So if you're anti-hunting, I don't suggest hanging out in the lobby.
You know, I let you go Goodwill hunting sometimes.
So we are going to jump into the Batwoman, episode number 2. Now, oy vey, is pretty much all I can say about this episode. It's not, I guess it wasn't, and I will say this, it wasn't as bad as the first one. It really wasn't. There was a few bright spots in it. But overall, it was still just kind of I guess I would just call it a tone deaf kind of show. You know, there's really nothing that stands out about it or, jumps out off the screen. I mean, I got into, I don't know if Alex, if you saw the guy the other day, he was, because I said Ruby Rose can't act. I said she was bland as hell in this. I said it's like she can't act. He's like, how can you say that? She played a bodyguard in John Wick 2, and I'm like, yeah, and I've also
she didn't
heard
talk.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I've also heard the best thing about her acting was the fact that she didn't talk in that movie either, because she delivers her lines so monotone in the show.
That your best movie role is you never speak. That's kind of insulting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, I don't know why they're like, but this show it's getting massacred on Rotten Tomatoes. It jumped up from that 8% to like 12%, but it's still, like I said, I figured this would settle in somewhere around the 20% mark by the time it's all said and canceled. But no, this episode was basically, they picked up where the last one left off. I mean, it's, that starts out with like the fight scene at the beginning. I will say this, when she like kind of apprehends one of the goons or whatever, isn't bad, because it wasn't just her like just beating the crap out of this guy that's like 4 times her size. She like kind of used the environment around her. Like she ran like kind of like shoulder blocked him into a wall when he was running, and then used like a couple of the gimmicks. But the one like really hokey part was he shot her 3 times in the chest, and she just looks down and goes, "Huh, cool," like that. And then she kind of lets him, pins him down, and like she's asking where Alice is, and the Crow security guys show up, and then they shoot him before, because she repels and leaves, and they shoot him dead. And
that's not how bulletproof works.
I'm just like fucking 3 feet away, and she doesn't even feel it. I'm like, no, you get hit 3-4 feet away, bitch. You're gonna be on the ground, because
Batman fell down when Bob shot him.
Yeah, I'm like, she just like stood in there, and that just, dude, they just take these little subtle jabs at Batman, like throughout the show, and it's. But as far as like the SJW shit goes and the cringiness, it really wasn't that bad, honestly. I mean, there was like the cringe came from just like the lack of depth in her acting, and the other like supporting cast not being good at all around her. I mean, the stepsister, just this one, they try to paint her as like a one-dimensional. Now, like, she's beating the shit out of the girl, Alice, or Beth, Kate's sister, that's like Alice, leader of the Wonderland gang. Now, her boyfriend is the guy that defected from the Crow security team. And he's like this trained, badass security, like private, whatever, defense contractor. And, like, he's having a hard time restraining this little fucking 100-pound chick who manages to fucking stab him in the leg while he's strangling her. And it was just the whole thing was just wonky as hell. And then, of course, like, as he's crashing through the door in what looked like a CW dollar store homage to the scene from The Shining where Jack Nicholson cracks through the door with the axe. He cracks through it and then gets pulled back by one of the little bat gimmicks and one punch knockout by Kate. So, and then she takes him and keeps him tied up to get information from him and all this. But yeah, so him having all these problems with the little, but then like I said, when the 2 women fight, it's like an even off squared fight, which is kind of funny. I'm like, what are you trying to say here, Batwoman? But no, the show is just like Rachel Scarston, I said Alice, she steals the scenes that she's in, because there was a couple monologues she did during one where they killed this old couple that lived in Kate and her father Jacob's old house growing up. They slit this old couple's throats while they're sitting at their table. Now, they don't show it happens off screen, but you see like the cadavers during the investigation and everything. But it's just like a great monologue, and she does a couple more. Like, they have a meeting later on before when she gets arrested, because Alice gets arrested, of course, and then somebody puts a bomb in the truck. She goes over the bridge. Kate saves her, and as they're shooting into the water, one of the bullets hits the truck's gas tank, blows up, separates them. So Kate is kind of blown up on shore, and of course the Batsuit has a defibrillator in it, which Luke Fox hits moments before the police dogs find her washed up on shore, and she escapes. Alice, of course, returns to her hideout, and she's mad at what's her name, Mary, the stepsister. So she sent the guy to try to kidnap her, because she's jealous that she thinks she's trying to take her place. And then you get the end of the episode, they give away the fact that the stepmother is now keeping the fact that Alice, or Beth, is actually Kate's sister, hidden from Jacob and Kate. Like, so now you've got 3 major reveals in 2 episodes, and this episode was like I said, it dropped around 400,000 viewers, I think it is. So this wonderful article from the Wrap, it says Batwoman didn't shine as bright last Sunday night as did the prior Sunday's debut. Fortunately for ABC, kids say the darndest things. Kids say the darndest things. Reading is difficult. Didn't share that retention problem. So I mean, it was. So I'm gonna go into the numbers here, but let's see here. NBC was first in the ratings. Yeah, this article is just pop. But yeah, so it didn't have or retain the ratings. It wasn't good. Like I said, you get like maybe 2 or 3 scenes in the whole episode that were worthwhile. You got 400,000 less viewers. I mean, does anybody see this show lasting more than a season? I'm watching it, and I'm telling you, I really don't.
Yeah,
Not at all.
Honestly, I think it's going to go 3 or 4 seasons. I hate to say it. I think it will.
Once it finds that niche audience, they'll probably lock
I
it
don't
in.
even think niche
I
audience.
think
It doesn't
they're just
matter.
going to refuse to let it die.
Look
they're
at
gonna
that's
keep
yeah.
going
Like
at
Sal
fight.
said, they're gonna refuse to look at Beauty and the Beast. That was an abomination of the show. I think that show went 4 or 5 seasons. CW don't really like to cancel stuff if they can avoid it, especially with their DC comic stuff.
Look at Supergirl. The ratings were down in that on the premiere and this past Sunday night too. They've both dropped.
No, they're gonna keep those shows up. They shouldn't, but they're gonna keep them all going.
Yeah, they'll keep it going out of spite mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's the same thing Disney did with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that.
Two things. I didn't watch it, but you said that she took a shot from like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, a ballistics vest doesn't. All it does is stop the bullet from penetrating.
Yep.
It just takes the shock from impact and distributes it across the plate or the second chance or soft plates, whatever they are. And if you don't have enough weight or density behind it to stop it, it's gonna fuck up your insides really hard. That's why if you're like a 90-pound soaking wet individual and you get shot with one, you're gonna have a lot of internal bleeding anyway. You'll probably die regardless. Second, you said that she is underwater and washes up on a shore, and he like remote defibrillates her, brings her back to life.
Mm-hmm.
So defibrillators can clear airways of water now.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. Just making sure I'm tracking now.
Hey, you stop doing logic right now, Sal. You
I
stop
can't.
with that logic nonsense.
I can't help it.
CW and Logic don't mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Ever.
fucking Supernatural's gone on for like 18 seasons.
God, how's that show not ended yet?
Oh, the guy that's one of the guys on the Supernatural show is going to be the new fucking Walker Texas Ranger too.
Good for him,
Yep.
because
Yep.
we need a new one of those.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Flare X is in the chat. Heyo, Flare X. Heyo, Chris Wicks is in the chat.
Heyo.
Well, just stop in for a minute. Goober Brothers is still in there. Let's everybody smack around that like button a little bit. Monica, have you watched any of Batwoman? Have you watched any of this yet?
No, when would I?
I don't know. I don't know
My
if you
girl.
maybe snuck in a few clips on
I don't
YouTube.
own cable.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's on you could get the CW app for free.
No, thank you.
You don't want to keep up on Supergirl, Batwoman.
No.
What, you don't want to keep up on mediocre television, Monica? I'm surprised.
I get enough of that on the Lions game.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked and appalled.
Oh, man. You know what? That wasn't their fault, though.
What did Chris Wicks say? Oh, what happens when she runs out of Batman's gadgets to abuse? Yeah, and that was the thing about the suit defibrillator is she had that breathing device to use underwater, and she gave it to Alice, and then they got separated by the pistol fire from the Crow security officers. And the scene that they showed the truck blown up, I don't think there was any assault weapons there. It was mainly like it would have been like 9mm to 45 caliber. It looked like. That they were firing, and they're hitting underwater, and one of them hits the gas tank, and instead it blows up, and that causes the explosion. So yeah, she was, obviously probably took in water, but yeah, that defibrillator, like you said, that doesn't clear the airways out at all. So
An explosion underwater.
yes, that's exactly
Okay.
how. This is my problem with this show. This is my problem. I'm like, that doesn't make a lot of fucking sense to me.
All right. Well, I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Nope.
Logic be damned. But yeah, we have underwater explosion caused by small handgun fire from a bridge, approximately. I don't know. You're talking what, 25, 30 yards up from where they were shooting, on down underwater. I mean, Fatal J's in the chat. What's up, Fatal J?
What's up, Jay?
I feel like these writers need to look up effective ranges and max effective ranges and how the density of water can affect bullet trajectory.
Yeah, it
How
doesn't.
dare you ask the CW to do research?
How dare I?
How dare you, good sir? How dare you?
All she's got to do is be stunning and brave. Like I said, man, when she took three three handgun fucking shots, about 3 to 4 feet away, which normal shootouts occur 8 to 10 feet away anyway. But she's 3 feet away, dude's on his knees shooting at her, and she doesn't even fucking flinch. And like you said, man, Sal, that's going to cause all kinds of internal. She probably bleed out internally because of the impact from that, especially because she's so small.
Yeah, that would hurt. Like I said, even Tim Burton's Batman got that right.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because Bob shot Batman. His ass went
down.
And
Batman just went down.
His ass went down.
I mean, but if she bleeds out internally, we don't have any more shitty episodes to record.
They'll just reboot it.
Look, you can just you can do an even more woke Batwoman with a black lesbian one. Actually, no. Be really, really woke. Black straight. Now it's the opposite of Batwoman.
No. Black Jewish transgender. I'm sorry, black Muslim transgender.
I'm triggered on so many levels. I don't even know what to say. I'm talking about over here.
The sad thing is, Batwoman is actually a cool character. Her comics are actually good, and this show sounds like it just did no justice.
No, it's stupid, man. Like Ruby Rose, this will be her delivering. She'll be like, "I can't believe you're my sister, Beth. I've missed you 15 years. I've been looking for you. I never stopped."
Ooh, give her an Emmy.
I mean, this is like stunning and brave acting 101 right here. It's fucking like there's no talent.
It sounds like Tommy Wiseau has better acting skills and more emotion in his voice.
At least we remember Tommy Wiseau's performance.
She just abuses Luke Fox too. Like there was a point in my review where she said something. Oh, she was like, "You sound exactly like Lucius," and he was like, "I'm a far cry from him." And she goes, "Yeah, he was worth something." And I was like, "Oh my god, bitch!"
But you know what? That's even worse because I believe Luke Fox becomes a superhero in the comic books. I believe he's Batwing.
I think he does at one point.
Yeah, I think he's a super. He's more confident than she is. Like he's a genius. He can come up with text in the comic books.
Yeah, they like I said, she just kind of emasculates him. But then like later in the episode, she like builds him back up. So, it's,
am I supposed to give her a medal for that?
Yeah, no. I want to say I think there's a cat behind me here, but I'm not sure. Let's see.
Maybe it's Ruby Rose getting ready to assassinate you.
She probably is too. Little.
I mean, she's such a bad actress. She can't even be stealthy.
No. It wasn't Ruby Rose. It was Big Meech, and I think he weighs more than her. Well, let's see. Wait, Chris Wicks with a $10 super chat. Each up, the more she relies on Batman's resources in the series, it contradicts the mantra of the show that a woman doesn't need a man to be successful, and it really does, man. I'm going to highlight that one because that's the problem with this. Is like they could have made her cool. They could have made her like a badass character, but instead they chose the easy way, the non-creative way, and this is what we got. We got an episode that dropped, 400,000 viewers, and you put out a boring episode that had a couple scenes that were lifted up by somebody you're probably going to, and me and you discussed this earlier, Alex, they're probably going to kill Rachel Scarson's character off before the end of the first season.
CW only has one thing when it comes to good characters. Either they get overexposed, Felicity, or they get killed off quickly.
Yep, I can see them doing that to her because, like I said, she's so far the best thing about this show.
And the sad thing is, Cody brought up the whole tech thing. In the comics, she's a military. Most of her tech comes from it's her own tech. She got it from the military.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't need to steal Batman stuff.
Yep, not this one. She's and then her ex is married, and this is the only part they actually brought up anything about like her sexual orientation was when she was sitting at breakfast with like her dad and her stepmom and the stepsister, and she's like, "Can we just talk about Sophie being married to a man?" And Sophie is Kate's ex, the one that stayed in the military when she left because of the don't ask, don't tell thing. And she's like, she could be pan, straight, pan, bi, poly, or like all omni, or naming all this. Raiders in the chat. What up, Raiders? So just bringing all this shit up, and it's like that was the only time they mentioned it really during the episode. So like I said, it wasn't really bad because it's woke. It's just bad. It's just bad dialogue, bad acting, bad writing. like I said, the fight choreography is just utter shite. My highlight of the episode was probably the end credits, I think. Like seriously, anytime Rachel Scarston was on there doing her little villain monologue, because she had a really good one about the March Hare in the end when they were loading her into the van before the explosion. She went, because that was when she called Kate a tattletale because her, the crows and Jacob showed up to apprehend her because they met at this waffle stand. They had a code, and she told Kate told one of Alice's goons, just tell her waffles, she'll know what it means. They used to eat at this waffle stand every Friday afternoon, and Alice met her there, and then of course Sophie sold her out, and yeah, there was a fight scene with like Sophie and Kate and like 5 or 6. They were supposed to be Alice's goons, but the end of the show reveals the stepmom is, like I said, trying to keep the secret. So fucking they just give away that the stepmom's evil too, and then all these guys are like a segment of the Crow security that are working for her inside and out of Jacob's kind of his vision. He doesn't see this shit happening, that they're keeping the fact that his daughter is Alice away from him. So yeah, they're gonna kill her off because she's an interesting character. So but yeah, episode 3 is called Holy Fuck, I Can't Believe This Is Still on the Air. And then I'm gonna probably spend another 3 hours reviewing this goddamn episode next Monday morning.
I'm telling you right now, Pete, it's gonna go 3 or 4 seasons. You better brace yourself.
Oh, my reviews might not be like the last 2 have both been like, they've been 33 minutes. I put a lot of time into doing these, and I haven't even done my Walking Dead one yet, which I have to work on tomorrow because I have to watch I have a few things I have to watch tonight. I rented The Killing Joke, and I'm going to watch that tonight. I got to take it back tomorrow, so
Cool.
I got to watch that one. So we've got 8 people in chat. Let's get 8 bitch slaps on that like button. So I got Fatal J, Chris Wicks, Raiders of the Lost Flicks is in the chat. Flair X, Goober Brothers. We got a nice little show going tonight. And let's just keep that rolling. We can do right now is, you guys have got the article. I don't really think we need that, but we can talk a little bit about Venom 2 featuring a new villain and accomplice for Carnage, Shriek. And I did a video on this earlier, and I had to look up, some info about the character of Shriek and who she was. And I kind of wanted to throw this one to Alex and Monica and let you two quarterback this one. I just kind of set up some talking points, but feel free to take this wherever you want, because you two are more knowledgeable about the comics than probably anybody else here, I think. I don't know, especially myself. So whoever wants to take it away, MJ, Alex, the floor is yours.
Ladies first.
No.
She just comes back with no.
Because I'm excited. Well, I want them to have a good Venom and Carnage movie, because that's like my favorite. I shouldn't say favorite. I really enjoyed that book, although like the Maximum Carnage book, I feel like I read that 14 times and I still missed 10 things. I feel like a lot happened in that. Am I wrong? Are you?
No.
You're laughing at me like
no. I'm not laughing. Here's the thing.
Okay.
I actually think Maximum Carnage is a great crossover book. The problem is Maximum Carnage is overshadowed by its video game.
Yes.
That's the problem. It's overshadowed by it's almost like GoldenEye, although people still love GoldenEye, but more often than not, the conversation goes to the video game.
Right. And I feel like I read a couple other Carnage books too. I mean, obviously I have, but I can't keep them straight. Like there's like bits that I can't figure out. I can't remember. I need to go back and read them all. I don't remember what's in like Maximum Carnage and just the like normal Spider-Man comics. Like it's all over the place for me.
You want to be confused? Read Maximum Clonage.
Oh Jesus!
No.
I'm already confused, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, here's the thing. With Maximum Carnage, it's interesting because from the video game to the comic, there's a lost in trend. The video game is just, hey, Spider-Man, Venom, you go beat up Carnage. It's all cool. It's fun. The problem is that there's a little thing about the comic book that doesn't get mentioned in the game. The whole point of Maximum Carnage was Spider-Man throughout the entire arc is debating with himself, should he kill Carnage? He's
Yes.
thinking the whole, with great power comes great responsibility. He's like, I bought this thing here. Technically, everyone he kills, is it my fault? This only happens in one cutscene in the video game, but in the comic, it is the entire thing. Like, he's debating to himself, should he kill him?
Yes.
So, which is kind of hard to do that in Venom 2 without Spider-Man, but
Right. And that's like one of the parts too, and I feel like it's Maximum correct me if I'm wrong, but like one of the parts, totally lost my train of thought. Where he was like, where Venom or Spidey actually like betrays Venom like 3 or 4 times, and so Venom gets pissed and he's just like, "Fuck you! Like I'm doing this on my own." Is that still Maximum Carnage?
I think that's Maximum Carnage, but I don't think he betrayed. I think the problem is Venom, I think, gets angry because Spider-Man wants to bring in Firestar and Human Torch and the whole flame.
No, he legit teamed up with the Fantastic Four, and the Fantastic Four apprehended Venom and took him away. And so Venom's like, I came here and helped you out kind of thing. You set me up, and now I'm pissed.
I vaguely remember that. I don't think that's Maximum Carnage, but
okay.
I do kind of remember that.
Yeah, I think that one's called Venom's doing it for themselves.
Yeah. No, that was because the Fantastic Four is gone throughout, because that's one of the parts of Maximum Carnage. Remember, they go to the Baxter building because they want the sonic gun and they're not there. They want the Human Torch, but he's gone, so they have to get Firestar.
Right.
Yeah. I do remember that, though. I can't remember the issue, but I do remember what you're talking about. We're like,
I can't either.
He does kind of turn on Venom.
Yeah, and it's like brought up like 3 or 4 times where Venom's just basically smack talking Spidey.
Oh, they hate each other.
Yeah.
Back in the days when Venom was a straight up villain.
Yeah.
Like, even in Maximum Carnage, he is a villain in that. He wasn't quite anti-hero just yet.
Right. And that's kind of why I don't know if even Sony Marvel, I don't know that anybody can pull that movie off.
Maximum Carnage is something you have to build to. You can probably do bits and pieces of it. Okay, I guess we gotta get back on the topic of Shriek.
I know, yeah, because
people like, who the fuck is Shriek? They still ain't mentioned her.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Because
my take on her is basically Marvel's version of Harley Quinn and Joker.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah, she's Harley Quinn because Carnage is Joker, except Shriek is actually kind of written better. She's not this whole toxic relationships are good.
She's fucking psychotic.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Did you read, which one is it where it's not Maximum Carnage. It's one of the books where she wants to be a mom so bad, and somehow some kid gets sent over to like not the prison. Where is she?
I remember that. I think that happened during the Clone Saga. I remember what you're talking about. She wants a kid. I think
that was Carrion.
Yeah, the kid turns out to be Carrion, I think.
Yep.
And then she takes the kid to its biological mom, and she's like, "You're gonna kill her." She's fucking psychotic.
Plus, Shriek's big power is she can tap into someone's dark side and bring it out.
Yes.
So she can make it.
She finds your dark side and then manipulates it to use it against you.
That's how come in Maximum Carnage, everyone has gone crazy and is trying to kill each other. It's because Shriek has brought it out in them.
So that's gonna
But the thing about, so it's basically like, I picture it kind of as a civil war. Like, because then it teams up, it's Spidey and Venom and Black Cat.
There's a whole lot of heroes. Yeah, it's like
that's Captain America,
Iron Fist.
Yeah, I forget about Iron Fist. Yeah, and then you have like the Doppelganger and the Demogoblin and.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it takes build up because the what is it? Doppelganger.
Yes.
From the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes.
The Infinity.
Vegas.
The Infinity War, that's what it was. He came from the Infinity War. He was like, there was a bunch of evil hero doppelgangers. Spider-Man killed his, but that one came back.
Yeah, because Magus brought him back.
Mm-hmm.
And Magus was an Adam Warlock variant kind of guy.
Yeah, he's the evil clone of Adam. He's his evil side.
Yeah, he pulls a doppelganger from like a dimension between dimensions or something like that.
Which, quick split off. Can we talk about how gory it was, how Spider-Man killed Doppelganger? If you've ever seen it, you don't see Spider-Man kill him. You don't see him. But at the end of by the end of the fight, you cut back to them, and Spider-Man's just sitting there with his back to the wall, and Doppelganger is impaled on this spike fence with his hands outstretched like Jesus Christ. I'm just like, what did you do, Spider-Man?
No worries, he's back in the comics now.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they're doing now. What is it? Absolute Carnage, which is kind of the sequel to Maximum Carnage.
Yeah, even though they've retconned a lot of shit, and it's I picked up exactly one issue of it because I thought it was a funny name.
Mm.
It's you know how people say, you know, like they say Nam for Vietnam. It's like Ben Nam or something. It's like a Venom comic that takes place during Vietnam, and
Yeah.
they basically retconned it and are like, oh no, this symbiote came to Earth a long
Yes,
time
that's
ago.
it.
There it is, right there.
That's you don't see how he does it. It's just they're fighting, then the comic cuts away, then it cuts back, and that's just it. You're like, what did you do?
Probably did it to himself.
Oh shit.
Oh, Spider-Man will kill. Spider-Man will kill.
That's what I like about him, man. He will. That's I love Batman, but it's like just kill somebody, man. Just do
The
it.
no killing rule doesn't make sense. It only
No.
came up in comic books because you need an excuse to bring back villains.
Yep.
So the hero could always kill the D-list villain that no one else liked.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man has killed a lot of people. Like, just go look it up online. Spider-Man killed quite a lot of people. He avenged his parents with cold-blooded murder. He took a rocket that someone shot at the guy who killed his parents and swung it back at the guy's car. It's a rocket now, a missile. He knows what this. The guy has no superpowers. He's just some lackey of Red Skulls. Throws it right back at the car, blows the car up.
I like it.
That was Stan Lee who wrote that.
Stand the man, baby. Stand the man.
Okay, but real quick because Doppelganger.
Mm.
Okay, is it just me or does it remind you of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch?
Well, now I can't unsee that.
See? Ever since Lilo and Stitch came out, and I was like, that's kind of how he acts too. Like he acts like little Shriek's
Yeah, he's
dog.
not smart. Yeah, he's not intelligent.
And it's like it's got all the arms and the antennas. I'm like, it's Stitch.
Yeah, Carnage treats it like a child.
Yeah, well, that's what she wants. That's what the crazy ass bitch
They're
wants.
supposed to
But
be the family. Their mom and dad doing
Yeah.
Doppelganger's the child.
and Demon Goblin, yeah, that's their sons.
Yeah, she did some messed up shit to like manipulate Carnage with that doppelganger, because like that video you sent me earlier, Alex, I watched that and then I watched like a couple more just on I could find on the character, and I'm like, yeah, man, she really did like the way she kept trying to break out of prison. Spider-Man kept catching her.
Yeah.
Her and I can't remember who else it was, because there was like her and like two other ones. They tried to break as Ravencroft that they eventually escaped from, or like she did something to piss Carnage off. I mean, it got him to turn himself in because he thought he killed her or something.
See, that's the difference between Carnage and Shriek and say Joker and Harley. Carnage and Shriek will both fuck each other up in their little relationship. It's not really like, oh, he abuses her. Like her powers is sonic beam. She can mess him up too.
Yeah, it was a part like where he didn't even know that she could manipulate, like where she turns the town against Spidey or the heroes, you know. He didn't even know that she could do that.
Yeah, no one knew that. They just knew the shock thing.
Right.
He just knew they sonic beam.
And then it comes out that she's the one manipulating them.
Yeah, so she's kind of very important in the Maximum Carnage arc. Like I said, the game doesn't do a good job explaining this. The comic does.
Right.
Like she is very she's the reason. Like people don't just go crazy because Carnage is out. It's like no, there's a reason why all of New York has lost it.
Right.
So
did you see the part where she's part of the Doom Maidens in the Sinister 16? Did you see that?
I remember that. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That wasn't
okay.
Sinister 6.
No, it's a Sinister 16.
Oh,
Not
I know.
6. Yeah.
The 16. That was during the Marvel Knights thing, right?
Yeah. So
that was crappy.
they have Spider Woman. Her nemesis is a fucking porcupine.
Are you sure that sounds like Marvel right there?
I swear to God.
Porcupine. Yeah, I think he's an old Stan Lee creation, the porcupine.
I just can't with
Yeah,
that.
they brought him back. He's like Spider-Woman's boyfriend now.
How does that work? I mean, that's
well, I guess the idea is that most of the villains Stan Lee made were just regular, we just want to rob a bank. We're not evil serial killers.
Yeah.
Like out of all Spider-Man's villains, Dr. Octopus is the only one who ever tries to take over the world. Green Goblin is just a crime lord at the end of the day. Yep. Vulture just wants to rob banks, so it's like they're not too dangerous until you get to Carnage, but still.
Right.
Porcupine, I think Porcupine was an Ant-Man villain, if I remember correctly. He
I
started as
don't
Ant-Man.
even remember.
He was
But
an Ant-Man villain, but yeah, he was kind of a goofball. Like no one takes him.
well, no. But here's the other thing. What video game? Because Shriek was one of the games they made her married to what's his face? Morbius.
She's married to Morbius?
Yeah, and in the video game.
I know what you're talking about. Hold up. Is it one of the Amazing Spider-Man games? One of the tie-in movie? I can't remember which one. Hold up, let me look this up because I remember I just saw a video of it today when I was looking it up. Yeah, it's like a boss fight you gotta do. You gotta fight Shriek and Morbius together.
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't think that ever happened in the comics.
No, not that I've ever read.
I'm gonna look this up right now because I just saw it and now it's driving me nuts.
Sorry.
I want to say I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2. I could be wrong, but let's see. One of those crappy movie tie-in games.
So do you think they're going to kill off Kraven the Hunter in Spider-Man 3? I don't think they kill him off now with them going into all this because he probably plays a part moving forward. I imagine they probably want to keep him around for the Sinister Six.
They might keep for the Sinister Six, but I don't think they're not going to do it. They're not going to do Kraven like they should. He's not going to be built up. Here's the thing about Kraven, and I hate to say it, I said it before. Kraven is like Green Goblin. They're both joke villains who only really became cool when they died. Even the Green Goblin. Look at the earlier Green Goblin appearances. Like he was a joke. The few times he would beat Spider-Man, it was always because of dumb luck. Like Spider-Man would get a phone call. Oh, Aunt May's in the hospital. He'll leave the fight, and Green Goblin said, "Oh, I won." They're jokes. Kraven and Green Goblin were joke characters who died and then became cool. Name a cool Kraven story before Kraven's Last Hunt. Go ahead. Audience, you too. Come on, name one. So no, I think Kraven's just gonna be one solo villain. And then I found a video. He's a one-off villain. He's gonna have one solo thing, and then he's gonna have a Sinister Six thing.
Oh boy.
And the game is Spider-Man 3 for the Wii.
Okay. I know it was in one of the games.
Oh, I think it's just Spider-Man 3, period. I thought it was just specifically the Wii. Yeah, Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I couldn't get past the third stage of that game. I took it back.
But yeah, I mean, they have like 20 different ways they can tie this in with the MCU and, Sony and all that shit. I don't know. I'm indifferent about it.
Oh, Appalachian American. I'm only happy when I talk about older comics. Plus, Carnage is kind of like my third favorite villain ever. I love Carnage a lot. Like behind Dr. Octopus, he's my favorite villain. So I get happy when I get to talk about it. Because Marvel kind of fucked him over for a little while in the 2000s. Like he only just got cool again with the Absolute Carnage thing.
No, what did they do? Is it like a more violent version of Maximum Carnage? I mean, how did they do this one?
Well, he's now okay. I gotta go into some backstory for this one. If you've been reading the Venom books, you find out the symbiotes, the Clintar, have a god they worship named Null, and now Carnage has found out about Null. The whole thing about Carnage is like the Joker. Carnage doesn't want to take over the world. He's powerful enough to do it, but all he wants to do is just kill people. So it makes him predictable. People want to stop him.
He wants to kill the people that have ever held a symbiote.
Well, see, that's the point. Yeah, because he wants the power. Because now Carnage has decided he does want to take over the world now, and he wants to he has to kill everyone who's ever had a symbiote. And unfortunately, because Venom got overexposed in the 2000s, everyone's had the symbiote now.
Right, like even Captain America. Yeah. Captain Marvel at one point.
Yeah, Wolverine, the Thing. So I was like, yeah, because now he wants the power. He wants the power of Null to take over the Earth. Like, he kills a Ghost Rider. He kills a Ghost Rider.
Damn.
Because now Carnage is immune to Sonic and Flame. He's immune to it. The two things that could kill him. He's immune to it.
How the hell did he get immune to it?
I think he kept absorbing more of the
Null. Got those shots he was supposed to get.
Because he's absorbing more of Null's energy. He's using the what's that book called? The Dark Home. They referenced it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like this. It's like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. It's this evil book.
Okay.
He used that, and it pretty much just said, "Okay, I'm immortal. You can't kill me. You can't kill me."
That's not good.
I think the last issue, he just possessed the Hulk, who he has never actually. No, Venom possessed the Hulk.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, basically everyone has to see. That was the thing about Carnage before they messed him up in the 2000s. Carnage is actually like a Thanos level villain. He's the villain. Usually, Spider-Man has never been able to beat by himself. He always had to team up with everyone to do it.
Yep.
If you look at most Carnage books, he has to get the Fantastic Four. He has to get the X-Men, the Avengers. He has to get Carnage possessed the Silver Surfer once so he could try to kill Galactus.
Holy shit.
Cosmic Carnage.
Yes.
Damn.
Because you found out Galactus is who destroyed their planet. Yeah, Carnage is powerful. He was this. If he was in the MCU, he is the villain you would build up to. That's how you do maximum Carnage.
Yeah, so
they don't have, like you said, the MCU doesn't have the balls to do that.
No, they won't, because Carnage is dark. The whole point of Carnage is you need to. Spider-Man villains are goofy, other than Doc Ock. Even the Lizard didn't become cool until the 90s cartoon made him vicious.
Yeah.
Then you had Venom, but Venom was more anti-hero. So then you brought Carnage in, who was just straight up evil. Carnage, I think there's the Spider-Man Batman crossover book where they have to team up to fight Carnage and Joker. You find out even Joker is terrified of Carnage. Like Carnage will do some hard. He'll throw a baby off a building. He was stuck in jail one time and he grabbed the security guard and just pulled him through the bars. Well, I think the best kill he ever did, if you look up Carnage kills, it's always number one, where he called somebody on the phone and sent his symbiote through the phone, through the fiber optics, to turn it to a knife and kill the guy at the other end of the phone.
Oh my
Carnage
God.
is brutal. Even Joker is terrified of Carnage.
Holy shit.
Carnage is brutal. I'm lucky the 90s cartoon got away with him.
That's insane.
Yeah, Carnage is like a vicious. He eats people, he rips people in half, he pulls them through bars. Like I said, he threw a baby out the building the first time he met Spider-Man.
yeah, he's a savage.
He burned his orphanage down.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Woody Harrelson as the Cletus Cassidy end of this, man. Like, seriously.
Woody Harrelson is just basically playing his character from Natural Born Killers, except with spider powers, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, man, I wonder who they're gonna get to play Shriek. I'm like, it's too bad Juliette Lewis is.
I was thinking the same thing, right? Juliette Lewis.
I was like, get Juliette Lewis to play Shriek, man.
We're gonna bring it back.
Yep, just do it. It'd be like Natural Born Killers 2.0. Keep it on the Sony side. Give it an R rating, and just let them fucking go wild with it.
Carnage is dark, man. Carnage is like way too dark, but it's
I would go fucking just ape shit if I got that. Like, that would be like probably around like Venom 3. Go ahead, Monica. I'm sorry.
Have you heard his origin story of why he's like so evil?
Mm-mm.
I know he was abused like in his orphanage by his grandma.
No, he was dead for 20 minutes at birth.
Yes, I forgot that. Yes.
Yeah. And then like they revived him and everything, and then he just came back like pure evil apparently.
Yeah, because Cletus Cassidy was a serial killer before he got the symbiote.
Yeah, and then he turned psycho, and then he got that, and now he's just like.
Yeah, he's so dangerous. Before he got the Carnage symbiote, he was the only non-powered person in a Ravencroft, which is Marvel's Arkham Asylum.
Right.
He's the only normal person who was in that. That's how terrible he is.
That's where Shriek was, and she's like all excited that when he starts killing all the people. What is her line? Something like, "I love the musical sound of their screams" or something.
Let's hear them scream together or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. She's crazy.
Like Carnage has massacred like hundreds of thousands of people. Like he murdered an entire. He possessed the town and forced a man to kill his own baby or something because it turned into a Carnage symbiote. Then he forced some kids to eat their own mother. Like he tortured this town.
He does it to Venom too. It's like torture porn. He's got them all tied up, and he was like, "I'm gonna make this kill last like 3 weeks."
So now you understand when I say Spider-Man like doing Maximum Carnage, why he has to debate: should I kill this guy? This is not Doctor Doom. This is not Dr. Octopus. He just wants to kill everybody.
There's also a storyline I remember reading in the last 5 years or 10 years that he was kind of an anti-hero. I want to say it was the Age of Ultron comics, or it might have been Axis, or it was something where.
Might have been Axis, because Carnage has never really been good.
He sacrifices his life to save a bunch of people, and like they raise a statue in the town and shit like that. Like I can remember distinctly reading it, but I do not remember what line it was on.
It might have been Axis. I remember like people got switched in Axis. Like Sabretooth became a good guy, but no, because Carnage is like irredeemable. Like even other villains don't like teaming up with Carnage. Carnage has never been in the Sinister Six.
No.
Yeah, Carnage is a threat. Like I said, the only he has the ability to take over the world. He's just so simple-minded. He doesn't care to.
Yeah. Have you seen that? What's the one too where with the little red worms? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's basically his little symbiote, and they turn her in. Fuck, I'm trying to remember what it was, but they start maybe, and they're like the Walking Dead drone zombie dudes that are just walking around as like his little Carnage people, his little parade.
I want to see that.
I think that might be
I want to see
part of
little
the,
Carnage people.
I think that might be Carnage USA. I think is that what he did to possess the town?
I think yeah, they're little red, and then
Yeah.
it's got Captain Marvel in it because it's a dog instead of the goose, the cat. It's a dog, and they show the dog having a cough or a fur ball about the little red worms.
Oh yeah, you would love that too, Pete. I forgot. Captain Marvel is terrified of Carnage.
Nice.
She is terrified of Venom and Carnage because Venom once ate her. It did kind of expose that she was in love with Spider-Man. It just freaked her out. Like she won't show up when Venom and Carnage is around. She is terrified of symbiotes.
Well, that's good then. If we get Spider-Man over in the Sonyverse, we have nothing to fear from Karanos fucking with poor little Spider-Man.
Yeah, Carnage is like he is brutal. Like no one likes messing with Carnage. Like Doctor Doom don't mess with him. Magneto don't mess with him. Apocalypse don't mess with him. What was it? He messed with Green Goblin. Found a way to steal the Carnage symbiote, and ever since then, when Carnage came back throughout this whole Absolute Carnage thing, he's been torturing Norman Osborn for it. Pretty much, he has messed his head up to make him think he's Carnage himself, and then whenever he says he's Carnage, he just slaps him. He's like, "You're retarded." No, you're not. Calls him a dog. Just like,
oh my god.
Yeah, it was Axis, the Axis storyline.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I think Axis, he was good in that one.
Yeah, I had to look it up real quick, and yeah, yep. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even in the if you ever played the old PS1 Spider-Man game, like you find out, oh, Doc Octopus is behind it, and he's teaming up with Carnage, and then just at the end, when it's finally like, oh, Carnage, like, guess we lost. All right, I'm gonna take you now, Doc Ock. And he just possesses Doc Ock in your final boss battles with it. Like he turns on everyone.
Yep.
He turns on everyone.
Fucking ultimate heel turn.
Yes.
What's the one where it's like Spidey is? I think it's one of the times where Spidey teams up with Venom and they're trying to stop Carnage, and then it's like the end of everything is like basically resolved, and all the Avengers show up. Is that still Maximum Carnage?
I think that might have been Carnage's first arc.
Okay, I just thought that was funny. It's like
show up at the end of his first arc. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all done and over with, and then here come the Avengers.
Yeah, because that was always the point with Carnage. Like Spider-Man can't do it alone. Venom can't do it alone. I think like even Thor can't do it alone because Carnage can just possess you.
Right. Right.
I want to see a symbiote Thor.
That's happened before.
God, that's great.
Actually, with War of the Realms. War of the Realms was it Thor has to fight Venom. Venom gets turned into a sword. It does fuck up Thor. Venom as a sword can fuck up Thor. Symbiotes are more powerful than people realize. I don't think people realize, like, symbiotes are way more powerful.
Well, they kind of touched on it in Venom 1, not even with Venom as much as they did the Riot character, because he was more of like a complete like badass. Like that scene in the control room where he turns his hands into basically those big sickles and just like wipes out the entire room. Then just the various weapons he used during the little final battle with Venom their boss battle, that was a really cool character, I mean, even for a one-off.
Well, I think 5 minutes, I'll give the Venom movie credit for this. Riot's never been cool. I think he was like the main antagonist of Separation Anxiety besides Carnage, but they didn't want to use Carnage for the movie, so obviously they just gave Riot that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give them credit. They made Riot cool because Riot's not. Yeah, when it comes to the symbiotes, only Venom and Carnage are cool. No one cares but the rest of them. No one.
Toxic and Poison and Scream and
Yeah, no one cares but them. Carnage has a child too, and no one ever talks about it anymore.
No.
I think Venom had Toxin and then ditched it to get the Venom suit back.
So do you want me to half ruin Venom for you? It
For
won't
me?
ruin it for anybody, but have you seen Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the girl that's always going, money please. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's the
Why are you
doctor.
doing it, Monica? Don't do
Okay,
it.
wait,
Don't
but
do
there's more. Well, every time, because she's the little doctor girl that sneaks
Yep.
Eddie Brock in, you know, every time she's on, that's all I picture her doing. Is, money, please. But then
I can't
She's
remember their
Mona
name.
Lisa. That's her name, Mona Lisa. On,
Mona Lisa
yeah.
Saperstein.
Yep, Mona Lisa Saperstein, John Ralphio's sister,
Yep.
daughter
The
of
moment
the
she
daughter of
said
the
it, I was like,
Fonz.
oh crap! I
Daughter
know what
of the
she's about to
Fonz.
say.
Yeah. And then the part where it's the MRI scene.
Mm.
I'm like, all I did was just take a scene out of Parks and Rec where he's like, lie still, and then he'd ask her a question, and she'd go to answer, and he's like, okay, lie still. And I don't know. Every time I just picture Parks and Rec because the girl.
And just remember, that chick was the one who started this whole symbiote thing.
Yep, yep.
That they had to redub over. They had to ADR that shit.
Wasn't she on Broad City too? Isn't that her? She was on the show.
No, that's not her. I think she's been on the show, but I don't think she's one of the two girls.
I thought she was one of the two girls. Maybe I don't know. Fuck, I never watched it. I
What's
just
Jenny Slate is her name. That's what I was trying to remember her name. Jenny Slate.
Goober Brother says, "Isn't there an issue where Deadpool fights Carnage?"
Yes, that was a 4-issue. Yes, and the only way Deadpool can beat him is he has to merge with 5 different symbiotes at once.
Jesus
Well,
Christ!
no, there's a part where Shriek comes back to save Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
She it's when she was part of the Doom Maidens.
Mm-hmm.
She like fucks whatever up, and then she leaves and goes and saves Carnage from Deadpool
Yeah.
in
Like
Oklahoma,
Deadpool-
right, or something.
I can't remember where.
it was in Oklahoma because that was in the video that Alex sent me earlier. Yes, I do remember that being mentioned.
Yeah.
Deadpool and because Deadpool's hunting Carnage now too in Absolute Carnage. Because he's merged with 5 symbiotes. He's basically like filet mignon right now. Which you think honestly, if he wasn't fighting Spider-Man, he would be the perfect Deadpool villain.
Oh yeah.
Because they're both crazy. He can predict Carnage. No one can ever predict Carnage.
Right.
Deadpool knows every single thing he's about to do.
Shit, that's
Oh God, do you remember how that book started, Monica? The Deadpool versus Carnage book, when Carnage is in that diner.
Oh my God.
Yes. And that one had women, children, and babies in it, and none of them made it
Hold
out
on.
alive.
oh my god.
I want to see if I can try to find a picture.
Yes, find out.
Are you
Speaking
looking
of, I actually got to meet Sam De La Rosa a few months ago. For those that don't know, he was the anchor and colorist on Venom Lethal Protector.
Oh, nice.
I heard that guy's supposed to be coming around to Delaware soon.
He's kind of a dick.
Shut up. Aw.
Wah, wah.
He had, some big titles back in the day, and he thinks he's worth a lot more than he really is. I'll just put it that way.
Mm.
So, did
Ooh.
great for it, but he, hasn't been relevant in almost 30 years, but still thinks his autograph is worth like $80.
Ooh.
So it sounds like I know what because my wife asked me what I wanted for Christmas. And I said, I want some comics. So I guess I know what I'm going to tell her to hunt for now.
Yeah, just go look up like top 10 Carnage kills one day. You're just gonna have fun with it.
Like seriously, I'm going.
Don't let your kids be around.
I'm going to. I'm going to tell her this is what I need you to find me. And she's going to be like, just buy him yourself. Like,
You can trick and be like, look, he's a Spider-Man villain. Spider-Man. And then just watch some man get impaled in the face.
Alex can probably back me up on this. If you're looking for those comics, always go to your local shop first and ask for their back catalog stuff, because a lot of those comics are cleared out for like 25 cents, 50 cents.
Yeah, they're real cheap if you can find them.
So
If not, there's sites you can go to
There's one.
Legally, illegally, don't matter.
There's a comic book shop in West Branch, which is out by where I live, and I've been meaning to make it out there because a friend of mine kind of works there sometimes. So I want to go and I want to go check this out. So let's see. I'm looking up symbiotes here.
Okay,
And
Pete, if you can, there's a video you ain't got to watch right now. It is actually Watch Mojo. Top 10 worst things Carnage have done. I've seen this video before.
okay,
You got to watch that one day.
all right. I will. Let's see.
That's most of the stuff me and Monica have brought up tonight.
Oh, excellent. Let's see. I'm gonna write that down right now. Top 10 on Watch Mojo. Worst things Carnage has done.
Yeah.
All right.
What was the? Oh shit! I can't remember the cloak and
Cloak and Dagger.
yes.
Yeah.
Was
remember,
that Shriek that
he
killed?
stabs. No. I think it was Carnage stabs Cloak, and it drives. No, he stabs
Dagger.
which made
Yes.
yeah, and it made Cloak kind of go nuts because
It was like
Yeah,
his
let's be honest.
grieving. Yeah, like the grieving.
he had a hard on for Cloak back. He had a hard on for Dagger. That was just a weird thing back in those days.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they
Sorry,
finally got out of the friend zone, but yeah, like he snaps.
Yeah. Because Spidey can't save him or something, doesn't he? Just like
Well, they're trying to save Spider-Man. They jump him in the church. They jump Spider-Man in the church.
right, but I'm
It's
saying
doppelganger.
after it's like all said and done, and he like he starts going ape shit, and then
Yeah.
Spidey's like he can't get to him.
Because they also think like, oh, it's just a Spider-Man villain. He's easy. He's easy. He won't be that difficult. He ain't dangerous. And then you're like, oh snap.
Oh, here's something. Hang on, I'll share this this is kind of cool. Let's go over here real
Did
quick.
we find the Carnage Diner thing yet?
No, I didn't, but I found this. This is
Well, Monica was supposed to look for that.
what is this?
Oh, I forgot.
Is this the
I got distracted.
LJN? Which
Yeah,
game?
that's a video game. That's for Super Nintendo.
LJ, and
Is
that's
that
the
Super
video game.
Nintendo? Okay.
Mhm.
Hard
'Cause
as fuck too.
As I saw,
Yes, it is.
Appalachian American mentioned a N64 Spider-Man game, and I was like, I still have my N64,
Yeah.
so
Spider-Man.
That's the one we was talking about. Where like the last balls is Carnage possessing Dr. Octopus.
okay.
You'll grow to hate balloons very quickly.
No, that's Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right.
That's Spider-Man 2. But you'll love hearing that Pizza Time theme.
Pizza Time.
Pizza Time. You know they brought that back in the PS4 game.
They did. That was
Yeah.
one of the hidden artifacts. It's like a letter he gets from a kid. He's like, "Oh, it's from that time I saved that kid's balloon." I was like, "You don't talk about that."
Well, no. Also, if you go to one of the pizzerias in the PS4 game, if you sit for like a minute, you'll hear the Pizza Time theme played from the Spider-Man 2 video game. There was a dun, 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 dun. It's addictive when you hear it.
It doesn't really
Ooh.
show a whole lot. Like, it's not the good stuff.
No, I can see the one where the guy gets his face impaled.
Yeah, but that's not really.
Well, remember most of it happened off panel anyway. Like the implication he killed the women and the children.
Yeah, but it's still
Yeah.
on there.
And I don't know how to do the screen sharing thing that well.
Hang on.
This computer's old as crap.
Carnage Diner scene.
You might have to type Deadpool in there too.
Yeah, you do.
Well, like I said,
There-
that video I sent you, they'll reference it.
Yeah, because there's not a good. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you look up Carnage kills. I mean, look, man, we're gonna get demonetized even though we already ain't making money here.
Oh wow, here's one right here.
Facebook's gonna get rid of us.
I'm telling you.
Well, YouTube's just gonna get rid of us in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they're being arseholes with that. Oh, here's one. Oh god, he's ripping the symbiote right out of Eddie Brock.
Yep.
This is kind of. I'll share this one. This is kind of cool.
I ain't gonna spoil it for you, but when you watch the countdown, just wait till you get to the one about phone books. Phone books, man, so hilarious.
Let's see. Here we go. Right here. This is just ripping that symbiote right off of him.
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
that's the end of.
I think that's the first arc, maybe.
Yeah, that's towards the end of one of them.
So all you guys are making me want to do is go watch Venom.
See, that's the plan. You should watch Venom. Don't listen to what was it, Professor Thorgill, all these other people. Carnage is a cool villain, okay?
I own it.
Yes.
So many people like to say Carnage is a bad villain. No, Carnage is cool.
I own the movie. I haven't watched it in 4 months or
Ooh.
whenever I bought it.
I'm trying to see other stuff that he might have met Carnage. I see the one where he's torturing Norman Osborn.
Yeah, me and the boy, man. I've seen Venom probably like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times. I'm stoked for the second one, and everything I'm hearing, especially with Andy Serkis directing it. I'm really kind of excited to see where he kind of takes it. And this is his directorial debut, but at the same time, he's been around the MCU for a while. He's got a good feel for these movies. I'd say Andy Serkis is pretty well respected inside the industry. So I think he can pull a good movie together, especially coming off of what he did with what they did with the first one. So you got 856 million worldwide on the first Venom movie, and the second one you're bringing a lot more to the table because you've always got the potential for Spider-Man to show up in this now. Whether they're going to do it in Venom 2 or not, which hasn't even started pre-production yet. So who knows? They I guess technically they can use Spider-Man now.
Who, Sony?
Yeah, I don't think he has to wait.
Yeah, he's still theirs.
Yeah, he's still theirs. I mean, so they can use him now. Even before he does his next 2 MCU, which is what, Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, and then he's got one more unnamed MCU movie they're gonna shoehorn him into.
Yeah,
But-
Disney's the one that needs permission.
Yeah,
And here's the thing, though, is that you can have like Venom 2. You can build up a whole lot of kind of the origin story or the character arcs and stuff like that, and not really have Spidey in a whole lot of that because most everybody already knows that's his villain.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could play that well. I feel like. Don't know if they will, but
Venom has mainstream popularity. People know of Venom.
yeah.
So really, they don't even really need to include Spider-Man which would be Venom 3. Introduce him into that Maximum Carnage arc then, because by the time they do that, maybe they say they've done, I don't know, because Venom 2 is getting released October 2nd of next year, 2020. So you've got to figure Spider-Man 3 is coming out in 2021. So Venom 3 would be falling probably before Spider-Man 4, but you've got Morbius coming out, and then Spider-Man 3's got Kraven the Hunter. So I'm trying to figure out where they're going to put the Sinister Six in, and are they still working on that Black Cat and Silver Sable movie? Or is that...
Well, that's the
that
thing,
show?
too, is that Black Cat is one of the ones that kind of teams up with Venom and Spidey to stop Carnage. So, I mean, and obviously they can pull... That could go either way. They could release the Black Cat movie and then have her in, with Venom and Carnage, or they could have her in that first and then release her origin story, I guess. I don't know.
Kind of want to hold up, see if I can screen share this right quick. Let's see. I've never done this before. If anything inappropriate comes up, it ain't my fault. Let's see. I don't even know if I'm screen sharing it or not.
I got it here.
You see what I'm clicking to?
Yep.
This was the USA thing. Like, yeah, he tortured. I think that's a child he's torturing there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a child he's tortured.
Let's see. Is this working?
Oh.
Nope. Hang on.
No, that was me. I was about to cancel out the screen share thing. Okay,
Yeah,
let me get out of the screen share.
That's wicked.
I don't know.
That is wicked.
Yeah, I was trying to show you the picture. Like, yeah, I was a little kid he tortured.
Yeah.
Sick bastard.
Oh, wait.
He is. He's
Chris.
savage.
Chris Wicks is back. He says, can we have a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in the Venom 2? Why does Tom Holland have to be in the Venomverse? I wouldn't mind.
Chris nailed it.
Yep.
The first thing I thought of when I saw the Venom movie, I was like, yo, Spider-Man 3 would have been so much better if we had just used Tom Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been so much better if you used him instead of Topher Grace.
Yep. Topher, great. But that was Avi Arad. That was all on Avi Arad.
Well, that was in that weird period when they kept trying to make Venom into like an evil Peter Parker, like, oh, he's just this nerdy guy. And it's like, no, that's not Eddie Brock at all. Eddie Brock is like this ripped up dude who's not that smart.
Yeah.
He's not nerdy. He's not evil Peter Parker. He's Oh, that was fun.
No. So you guys got to get some. That was some hella in-depth comic book discussion right there.
Like I said, man, Carnage is like my third favorite villain ever. So when I get to talk about him, it's a good time.
So do you think do you really like where do you think they're gonna take this in the movie now? I mean, how in depth do you think they're gonna go in Venom 2 with this, with him and Shriek, and where do you think they're gonna lead it?
Honestly, I don't think they're gonna go full Maximum Carnage, but they might use the thing where like, yeah, it's just the two of them, and maybe they make the city go crazy and it'd be like a toned down version. But I think if you do it well, it can work. Look at what was it, Civil War? That was kind of more toned down than the comics. It worked.
Yeah, that's what I see happening, honestly.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a toned down, but you're not gonna have to deal with the whole. We know Venom's gonna kill him. You don't have to do that whole moral thing this time.
Right.
Yeah, Venom's gonna kill him. Hell, Spider-Man will kill him. We saw Spider-Man 3. Tobey Maguire killed Eric Foreman.
Yeah,
He killed the fuck out of him.
He didn't just put his foot in his ass; he fucking killed him.
He thought nothing of it.
No.
Hey, you murdered my uncle. I'll let you live. You were crappy on that 70s show. You burned in hell. You burned in hell.
You know how long it took you to pick up that big redhead chick? What's wrong with you, Foreman?
Mm-hmm.
All she did was throw that shit at you.
Like, oh fuck! Look, I don't hate Spider-Man 3 as much. I think it's a bad movie. I don't think it's the worst Spider-Man. But yeah, they screwed up with Topher Grace, man.
Yep, that was
hard.
They just, like I said, man, that was writer's room committee designed by committee. That and Avi Arad leading the charge. He had to have Venom, and for some reason they thought Topher Grace was because he left that 70s show. And you already had Sandman, you already had freaking Harry Osborn as Goblin Jr. there. So
because they were too busy trying to be Ultimate Venom. That was during that weird point when they wanted Ultimate Comics to be the main comics.
Yeah.
And because that's what Topher Grace is. Topher Grace is Ultimate Venom. That's what
I can't ever unsee just that scene where he turns his head and those little cheap plastic fangs come out. It's just forever burned in my brain.
That's horrible.
You know what the worst part about that is? The Venom CGI actually looks okay. He just keeps taking the mask off. And that's
it's Eric Foreman.
They pulled a Black Panther before Black Panther happened.
Yeah.
We're just like, take the mask off. Like, no, put it back on. Put it back on.
We have successfully put Loudy to sleep.
Is he snoring again?
We started talking about Spider-Man 3 until for Grace.
No, it's the comic books.
Well, now y'all know how I felt when I sat through the CW discussion that one day.
Oh, don't worry, I got plenty of them.
Oh, no. I can't sit through the CW. Only CW show I can tolerate is Black Lightning. The rest of them I can't even tolerate, though.
I don't even watch Flash anymore.
It's the weird thing with CW is the first season or or 2, they can do it okay. But then when you get to that third season, they just cannot nail it. They're like Valve, or that game company Valve. They just can't get the 3. At least not right. Arrow, I liked the first 2 seasons of Arrow. I fell off on 3 and 4. I heard it got better in 5. I've had people tell me Arrow got better in season 5.
See, I need to get you've been on with my boy Will, haven't you, Alex?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, Will,
wrestler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will is a huge Arrow fan too. So I'm gonna have to get you guys on here one because he's like that is like his show. We used to sit in the locker room and he would tell me all about Arrow because I was like I just started getting into Flash and stuff like that. So
I love Green Arrow. I mean, look at my avatar. I love Green Arrow. I even love the first 2 seasons. I think Stephen Amell. I have no problem with Stephen Amell. Really, the show fell off when it became the Felicity show. I have no problem with Stephen Amell. I would love to see him in the movies.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I'm not a fan of her.
Yeah, Felicity is what killed the show. If you got rid of her, I probably would come back.
I'll take her. You can send her over my way.
That's fine. Have her.
Okay, if we're just giving her away, all right, whatever. Let's see.
She's in a wheelchair, okay? What are you going to do with her, Pete?
Oh, man. Haven't you ever seen Freddy Got Fingered?
Oh, Lord. Well, you know what? I'm going to do something special for you, Pete. There's a porn star out there that looks like Felicity named Corey Chase.
Oh, no.
I didn't know until someone sent it to me as a prank once. I was like, is that Felicity? I was like, oh, my God. And she does look like Felicity. Like, I really thought it was her. I was like, if you ever make that Arrow porno, we know who to get.
Oh, Jesus. What happened to MJ? She dropped.
We started talking about porn.
Oh, yeah, there she is. There she is. Let me add her back in here. There she is.
We gotta leave the conversation.
Okay, there she is.
I didn't drop. I hit the wrong button.
Okay, I was like, oh,
My exit camera is right next to the exit on the web page for some reason.
So is mine. I had to kind of move the tab over.
Yeah, I was trying to, but
Let me go up.
I like the first 2 seasons of Flash. I really did enjoy it.
Yep.
My problem with season 3 was I realized they're telling the exact same story 3 seasons in a row.
And everybody gets powers. That musical number episode. Oh my God.
I didn't mind that one just because it was silly. I can live with silly.
It was kind of funny, but it was just like it's just out there in the middle of nowhere. You've got this one-off like musical. I'm like,
it only exists because the 2 of them were on Glee.
Yeah, I was like, well, I guess they tried it. So I guess you tried. Let's see. Goober Brothers said the black suit was pretty sick, though. He's talking about Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I did like that.
Spider-Man 3 had potential. Like it's not. People put Spider-Man 3 in like this Catwoman category or Supergirl.
It's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I would watch Spider-Man 3 again. I'd make fun of it, but I could watch it again.
Yep.
It's not in that awful category. Like, I'm sorry, people. Dancing Emo Peter was like 10 to 15 minutes of that movie. It was not the entire movie like everyone
That's
makes
one
it
of my favorite parts.
I love that shit, man. Me and Trey do that.
I thought it was stupid, but I think it's funny stupid. Like, I can make fun of it.
I do the Spidey dance all the freaking time.
Yeah. I was like, people act like that's the entire movie. It's like, no, it's not. It was like 15 minutes.
It wasn't even that long.
If you talk
not even that.
If you talk to one of these little not even just like a Marvel fan, but like one of those like hardcore like MCU or Die fans, like oh my God, that's all Spider-Man is. That's all Tobey Maguire does is dance and emo. I'm like, have you ever seen Spider-Man 2 before? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and another thing I want to get on too. I'm tired of this whole Toby cried. Like he only cried like a bitch in Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
Spider-Man 1, his uncle died. I'm sorry. He's allowed to cry. When your uncle dies, you're allowed to cry like a bitch. Spider-Man 2, he didn't cry at all. I was like, now let's get to Tom Holland and Mr. Stark, help, I'm stuck under this bridge or this whatever it is, Vulture got me under. Help me, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Like, no.
Oh, thanks for the heater, Mr. Stark.
Yeah. Like, Tobey Maguire got angry because Spider-Man has more emotions than just jokes.
Yeah.
He can get angry. He can be serious. He's not Deadpool. I think Tobey Maguire did the fair number of jokes in those movies that apparently everyone seems to miss. Or he never made a joke. Okay, watch the Bonesaw fight.
Yep. Yep.
Watch the Bonesaw fight. This man made jokes. He just didn't do it the entire movie.
And that's it, man. That's like, but people are so used to the Marvel movies now, and it's all jokes. This is all joke. Like, that's why I loved going over and watching Joker, because it was none of that. It was the absolute antithesis of what a Marvel movie is, and that's even what I got from like Venom. Venom wasn't like a Marvel movie. You know?
Venom. Funny thing about Venom is Venom looks like a movie that would have came out in the early 2000s.
Yes.
It felt like one of those old school. This felt like it would have been next to Daredevil. Even had a theme song. What was it? Eminem did the theme song. You know how long it's been since you've had like a famous singer to a superhero theme song?
Yep. And yes, side note, my kid loves that song.
I agree with Nerdrotic. I think he said a few months ago, the MCU, especially Iron Man, Avengers, might be the worst thing to ever happen to Marvel Comics, because that was when their whole focus just shifted to the movies and screw the comics over to make them like the movie. I agree. I was like, look, if I had a time machine, I'd stop Iron Man 1 from ever happening. I'd rather have my comics than the movies. I'm sorry. Look at the whole Kevin Feige situation now.
Oh yeah, and I think that's a good way to lead into that topic. Maybe.
Boom. That's how you do transitions.
There we go.
Even though I put Coach to sleep.
You better wake up for who's worthy of Mjolnir. Well, I don't hear him snoring, so he's all right. But this third
I'm
main,
still here. Don't worry. I've just been listening this entire time.
this
I was gonna
third,
say, because in your sleep, I'm giving the worthy thing to Brie Larson.
oh, Brie Larson's toe's gonna get it. So
Oh God!
That's
Third-
fine. Go Bucks, man.
this third main topic is about Kevin Feige, and I'm gonna toss it over to Sal for this one.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Just like my prom night, I'm vastly underprepared. So Kevin Feige, right? This upstanding gentleman, this artiste of our time, this jabroni, has been given full creative control over the MCU, which means he gets to call all the shots. He gets to be essentially the George Lucas of the MCU now, which is kind of what I thought he was to begin with, but I guess now it's
I
official.
thought it was that he had full power over all of Marvel now, like the comics too.
Oh
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah,
And
Yeah, so now-
television.
yeah.
So, as the saying goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Preach it.
So I am a prequel defender, and I have been since before the sequel trilogy came out for Star Wars.
Same here, bro.
For those
Yep.
that aren't, we saw what happens when someone has no one to combat them and is given full creative control over everything. So I'm just curious about people's thoughts on this, if they think that this is a good move, a bad move.
I guess I should say something first.
Go for it.
Pete, Pete knows me, he'll know what I think. I don't think it's a good thing at all. I've been saying for a while, I've even discussed with Pete, I think Disney is going to close Marvel Comics down eventually. I think this is the first step you're seeing
Mhm.
because Disney don't care about the comics. This is how come they don't mind, Marvel Comics pissing off everyone. If you've noticed, I had my friend tell me the other day, he was like, hey, have you read that new Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic? It's good. But he said, I'm surprised it ain't at Marvel. Disney took it from Dark Horse and gave it to Boom Comics. I was like, yeah, that's been happening a lot. You notice Disney is taking comics away from Marvel. IDW has a Spider-Man book now. There's a Star Wars book that I think IDW is doing it. Then Buffy and Angel at Boom Comics. I was like, yeah, they're not letting Marvel do it. Disney's going to get rid of it eventually. They only want the movies. They don't give two shits about the comics.
Yep. Well, that's because the comics are repeatedly underselling every quarter.
And that's pretty much their own fault. Stop with the constant number ones and the crossovers.
Yep. Now, caveat to that, the only upswing on constant number ones and constant relaunches is that it gives people a chance to jump in. If they're, if they don't have access to comics or if they're a normie trying to get into comics, there's a new number one like every other fucking month for them to jump.
And even that, I've seen it confuse people. I've had one of my friends, he tried to get into Guardians of the Galaxy after the movie, and he was confused. I think I didn't realize till someone pointed out, Guardians of the Galaxy had 3 number ones. I think it was 2015. It was 1 year they had 3 number ones in the same year. He wasn't sure which one he should read, so it just threw him off. He's just like, I have no problem with longer things. Look, longer numbers, it don't matter to me. I was like, back then, you used to be, well, where do you start when you read a comic? Pick one up and read it. You know what my first Spider-Man comic was? I'm not going to try to screen share it. It was actually when Spider-Man had the cosmic powers.
Oh, okay.
And he was fighting, he was fighting the evil Goliath. So my introduction to Spider-Man was him flying around, shooting energy beams. You realize how confused I was when that ended? I was just like, why won't you fly? Just shoot him. Just shoot him. Hey, didn't confuse me. I kept on going. I'm still a fan.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, if people have these questions, you can always ask the internet if you want to, but the best people to ask, go to your local comic book shop and ask them. That's literally their job. Like, they're usually bigger comic book nerds than anyone else in there shopping. 9 times out of 10, they can tell you an exact issue. Like, if you are straight honest with them, be like, I have only ever watched the movies, but I really want to get an Iron Man comic. So they'll be like, okay, Iron Man fucking Volume 2, whatever, is the most similar to that. Buy that one and go. And then you're set. So now, anyone else want to chime in on their opinion on what?
I guess like you like we heard in the comments earlier, how many people just heard me and Monica talking, be like, man, we didn't know Carnage was this cool, until they just heard me and her go off on it for like the next hour and a half or whatever.
That's my life.
Right? Like now we got people like, I gotta look up Carnage. We did more to promote Carnage than Marvel has in the last 19 years.
I know. Pay me.
Yeah, pay me, Feige. I know you got the money.
All right, so yeah, this is the thing about Feige. Okay, so my take on this whole gimmick is he's chief. What is he? Chief creative officer.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got the TV shows, he's got the comics and the movies now. Okay, what does that mean for him doing Star Wars now? Does, and this is the funny thing, going back to the whole debate about, oh, he didn't have time to do the Spider-Man and that's why Sony took him back. Remember, Sony used that excuse, Feige didn't have time. Well, now Kevin Feige is running all of Marvel. All right, he's still doing a Star Wars film, which apparently is going to star Brie Larson and Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, that put butts in the seats.
Why don't we just throw Mark Ruffalo in there too, and he can be a soy-based Sith. He can be a soy lord. But I mean, seriously though, this is just like, it's weird timing that they're announcing everything like, Star Wars is going to slow down. Oh, but Kevin Feige's got a Star Wars movie now. Well, Kevin Feige's the chief operating, he's in charge of everything Marvel. Like you said, he's probably gonna start phasing out comic books. He's thinning Marvel's catalog out as it is, kind of farming out the titles to other companies or publishers. So it looks like he just wants to focus on the cinematic side of it, and they're not even gonna have TV shows anymore. It's all gonna be on the streaming service. So not network TV per se. So with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., being done after this, 6th season, I think it is. So there, it's homogenization of the media, of the medium. That's what it is. In the comic, like I said, I want to kind of get into the buying comics, and I'm going to look for, I'm going for the Spider-Man stuff, and I'm going to try to get into this whole like Carnage thing because I'm interested in that story arc now and just in general. But like I said, I'm going to go out. There's a comic book shop out here I'm going to check out, and there's a couple around the area I can go to and kind of give them some loot. But yeah, this I'm sitting on these right now. I haven't had a chance to read them yet because like every night by the time I'm done with this, it's the Sandman, the Neil Gaiman.
Nice.
I got a couple of those. Let's see, I've got it's Preludes and Nocturnes. And volume 2 is the Doll's House. My sister's got like the whole series, so she loaned me these first two. I've got to get into reading those yet, but yeah, like I said, the only book I've ever read complete run from start to finish, and I read it 2 or 3 times, is The Walking Dead comic because I loved it. But I really want to get into some of this other stuff just to pick up some of the source material and some of these more obscure characters that we're starting to get now. Which is kind of bringing me into what we're talking about, Venom and this whole with Shriek and like them rumoring that Black Cat and Silver Sable movie, because there's so many villains and other not ancillary but minor characters that they can use over here. It's like they don't even really need to tie it into the MCU at all. I mean, that's like you said, you use the multiverse thing. Now, another kind of cool comic panel I found earlier was one of Doctor Doom, but when he was God Emperor Doom, and he ripped Thanos' skull and spine right out of his body. I was like, I did not know that occurred, but
yes, sir.
Oh, I see. I want some Doctor Doom done right in the in the cinematic side of it.
Yeah. Now, first, before I do anything else, I think if they hadn't already used him, Mads Mikkelsen would have been a great Doctor Doom. But So let me ask you this, just to try and be an optimist for once in my life. What if now I see this going a couple of ways. What if now he's in complete and total creative control of everything? What if they try to do like a House of M like extinction level event on Marvel and cut out a lot of the fat that's clogging the shelves? Like, all right, if your book doesn't sell X number amount, you're done. You're fired. Clean out your desk. And they start to really trim down the fat to only keep the best of the best at Marvel, so they can start producing good content.
Mm-hmm.
What if that's like, because we've seen that they're slowly giving away titles. What if that's the next step, is to be like, all right, all these Squirrel Girls and everything else aren't selling, get rid of them. So,
I think that'd be good though if you're getting rid of stuff like Squirrel Girl and I don't know. Does anybody buy Miss Marvel or America Chavez or anything like that? I mean, that
Squirrel Girl used to be cool before they decided to take her like she was a joke character. And that was where she worked. But when they decided to take her serious and make her this feminist thing, that's when she fell off. Like she was a cool character at first.
yeah, because they were talking about doing like a Squirrel Girl movie or something. I was like, oh god, no! It'll probably end up as a Disney Plus show. I mean,
it will.
Well, I heard it was supposed to be on Hulu. Was it Great Lake Avengers? What was it they were doing on Hulu that Squirrel Girl was supposed to be on?
the Great Lakes Avengers. I've heard about that.
The Who Gives a Shit Avengers.
Yeah,
I can't even remember. There was something they were supposed to do. It wasn't Runaways. That's all it is. There was supposed to be something else that was supposed to come to Hulu. Now it's bugging me. I have to look it up.
nobody cares about the Avengers from Flint, Michigan. All right.
They can't even fix their own water.
Got
Who
their
else?
powers from the dirty water.
Yeah, that's it.
But now, flip side of that, to be the pessimist I usually am, what if he takes this opportunity to get rid of everyone else who isn't in lockstep with how they think over there?
Oh,
And then we end up with nothing but,
The new Warrior.
all the characters and rewrites and retcons and every fucking thing else.
just have to go back to DC. But DC ain't no better. Did you see the new Green Lantern comic? The girl like hacks into the Green Lantern core computer, and that's how she gets her Green Lantern fucking powers.
Wait, are you describing Men in Black International?
Is that what happens? I've never seen the damn movie.
I haven't seen it either, but I think that's what happens. She hacks away to the Men in Black and she gets in.
But that's where DC apparently got the idea for the new Green Lantern then, because that's how this girl
got its own thing going too. Like Dan Didio.
Yeah.
Dan Didio is just as bad as Joe Quesada. I think people just don't realize that.
Yep, that's what
Dan Didio hates Rebirth. That was Jeff Johns' passion project. And now that Jeff Johns doesn't really have the power anymore, Dan Didio's trying to get the new 52 back. You can see it in the comics he's been doing lately. The DC stuff is getting dark again. Wally West got killed off. And Wally West was supposed to be the key to bringing back the old universe, but he's dead.
Damn.
Yeah, Dan Didio is not. See, he gets a pass because everyone's too concerned hating on Marvel, but I was like, no, DC got problems too right now.
Yeah, like I said, man, all I needed to hear was that what they were doing with that Green Lantern thing. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, come on, like, is that really how you get your Green Lantern powers now? You just have to hack into some shit. I'm like, this is the millennial way of becoming a Green Lantern, member of the Corps. Just fucking
I'll give him
into
credit.
shit.
Detective Comics and Justice League Dark have actually been good reads. And Shazam. Those have been good reads. I don't know how long they're going to stay that way, but they've been good reads.
So basically enjoy it while you can, right?
Yeah. Marvel, the only Marvel books that's worth reading is Venom and Fantastic Four. Ironically enough, the two comics Marvel tried to get away from forever are like the better sellers. Fantastic Four sells what? Like I said, Jeff Hicks, love him, but he's wrong. Like, people say no one buys Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four has always outsold Avengers. It's still outselling Avengers.
Yeah.
To this day.
I was going to say it still is.
Yeah, it never stopped. See, I think that's what bugs Disney so much. The Avengers are only popular in movie form. The comics still don't sell unless Spider-Man's in it. The toys, it varies, but the toys don't really sell as much as people think they do. The Spider-Man stuff does. They tried to make Iron Man cartoons. They don't sell. The one Avengers cartoon they had that was good, they canceled it for another one that was crappy. The Avengers don't translate well outside of that movie.
So this is basically why Feige is in such a hurry to round this back to Kevin Feige. This is why he's in such a hurry now, I think, to get the Fantastic Four up and rebooted.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
I
mean,
love the Fantastic Four now.
yeah, oh yeah, now because you're not getting, Chris Evans and Jessica Alba and Michael Chiklis and I don't know who the other one was. I can't remember.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I think those movies are kind of underrated. I don't think they're great.
They're not.
but once again,
They're not
it's like,
terrible.
It's like Spider-Man 3.
Yep.
They're not great, but they're not these abominations. Like really, Jessica Alba's the only real problem with both of these movies. Well, the
And her fake eyes.
Well, the
She's
problem
just
is,
not
yeah,
good.
problem is you got a girl who's known for playing street tough gangsters, playing basically the June Cleaver of the Marvel Universe. It's weird. It's like trying to get Rosie Perez to go play, I don't know, Betty Ross or something like that. It's like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But
Yeah.
Michael, the
I've
rest
watched
of the cast,
both of those multiple times though.
yeah, the rest of the casting I thought was solid. Even Doom, like that was good casting for Doom. The only problem is they tried to turn him into Lex Luthor in the first movie. They fixed him in the second movie. Second movie, he has his capsule back. He has the suit back. Yeah, second movie, Doom was awesome.
I'm gonna have to rent those. I haven't seen them in a while.
I still own them.
Do you?
I do. I ain't gonna lie. I own Fan 4 Stick. Now that one's a guilty pleasure. That one is I need to riff on it.
Is that a watch party?
Yes, Fan 4 Stick is watch party.
Fan 4 Stick. I want to watch. I want to watch the one that's on YouTube, the Roger Corman one, the one from like 1994, because it's on YouTube.
Ironically enough, still the best Fantastic Four movie.
Yep, Adam and I were talking about that the other night.
It's still the best one.
That's the best one they've ever made. So, Monica, you got a split?
Yep.
All right. Hey, everybody, say good night to the amazing MJ. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for
We're gonna miss you.
Bye. Vern.
We'll
make you worthy of Mjolnir.
I'll catch that on the playback, but it better not be me. Loudy.
You're gonna be stunning and brave with Mjolnir.
We'll see
Fuck
what
that.
happens, Monica.
Monica can be the new Batwoman.
Oh my god, I hate all of you.
Oh no! Oh, you could
You'd be a
do
good
the Snapchat
Batwoman.
video of the Batwoman,
Yeah.
Monica.
It's a filter on
I know,
Snapchat to
I
get you
know.
to watch the show. The best part is that you have to open your mouth. It's like, because it does the little bat signal in the background, and then it's like, open your mouth, and then all the bats fly and it changes into the suit. I was like, of course I'd have to open my mouth for that.
You know someone's gonna record the clip of her saying "open my mouth," right?
Yep.
Someone's gonna put that on loop.
Oh my god.
There's a sound bite.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye.
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 Oh god.
Of course, Snapchat wants you to do the soy boy pose in order to emulate Batwoman.
Yeah. I never understood that. Them guys using some of them Snapchat filters. I'm like,
It's weird.
no, man, I don't want to see you with a bunny nose and ears, motherfucker. Come on, man.
Like
No.
some of them I thought are funny, but I don't
Yeah.
ever take pictures of them. Like I did one where it was like Batman. I was like, that's cool, it's cool. I'm not gonna take a photo of it, but it's cool to see the bat mask on me.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
was like, I'm a grown man. I don't need bunny ears.
Yeah. No, I don't need a little pink nose and fucking pink floppy ears. I'm good with all that shit, man.
People ask me all the time, why your Snapchat always say boy and you don't put anything on it? Because I'm a grown ass man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. No.
Yeah.
So this whole all right. So Kevin Feige, he's taking over. He's running shop over at Marvel. Let's see here. I'm just gonna I'll throw this article up here for a minute, and then we can kind of jump back into this a little bit here. Let's see. And this is from news18.com. It says a major structural shift was announced at Marvel Studios. President Feige, who was hitherto responsible for only live action movies, will now be taking a bigger role. Promoted chief creative officer, which includes TV, comic publishing, films, leading the Marvel Cinematic Universe into Phase 4. New films, Disney Plus shows like Black Widow, WandaVision, Kevin Thor, Love and Legumes, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I'm still holding out some kind of hope for Doctor Strange too. I'm on the fence with it, but it's not quite Thor 4 bad yet. Black Panther 2. I'm I'm not gonna say I'm not excited for that. They're gonna do. It's gonna be Namor in there, and I'm just kind of interested how they're gonna set up Atlantis in the MCU now, because
as long as it ain't Michael B. Jordan, I'm fine.
he's gonna be on the ancestral plane, though. You know, that's
no, he won't.
That you don't think they'll have a flashback on that?
Technically, it wouldn't make
said the incestual plan for a second.
I know. I heard that. Too. Look, if we're gonna be technical, I'll get nerdy about it right now. They'll ignore me, but it's fine. That's supposed to be where all the kings go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Killmonger was never king. They said it. His rule didn't count.
Yeah.
He didn't kill Black Panther.
Yep.
It didn't count.
But do you think the MCU will abide by that?
No.
They'll shit on their. They'll shit it. Yeah, you're right, Sal. They'll forget it.
It's kind of like when Owen Hart won the WWF title in that one match years ago. So yeah, you had it, and then they found out it was a cheat. You had to fight again, and you lost it.
Yep.
I can't believe they actually fell for that.
I hate Michael B. Jordan so much.
Oh, dude, that one guy was giving me shit because I said that Claw was a better villain.
I
than
remember
him.
that.
You remember that shit? He got so mad at me.
Your fault, you spit truth.
He got so mad at me too. He's like, it's because Claw. He say something about Claw being white. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? No, he's just a better, well-developed fucking villain. My sister even tried to give me that shit. I'm like, no,
Killmonger sucked. I'm sorry.
I was like, he
did it better with Ocean Master.
He was acting out like a petulant child.
Yeah, his motives never made sense. His actions never made sense. Like nothing about him made sense.
So you were treated unfairly. So you just want to destroy the whole world? You want to run the world? I'm like, what?
Well, no,
like,
that would have been fine. No, remember his problem is because he was treated like crap by Wakanda.
Yep.
He now has to kill all white people.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. It's like, wait, what?
It's weird. That'd be like Magneto. Hey, he got tortured by humans. I'm gonna kill all mutants for it.
Wait, what?
That'd be like if Magneto got tortured by the Nazis and they'd just be like, I'm gonna kill all the mutants for it now.
Damn you, mutants!
That's Killmonger.
It basically is.
Like, stop trying to say Killmonger's like, oh, he's the new Magneto. No, he's not. Don't you dare disrespect Magneto with that nonsense. Sit your ass down. I hate Killmonger, and it's a shame because you get rid of Killmonger. I enjoy Black Panther.
Yep,
third act is still a CGI mess, but I enjoyed it.
That fight scene in the vibranium mine.
Oh, you mean they were fighting in the Underground Railroad?
Yeah, basically, yeah, man. That was
subtle much.
Yeah, that not with all the subtlety of a fucking Mack truck hitting you in the face.
Really, they're fighting in the Underground Railroad? Like, really?
Yeah, yeah. Did you really need to go there, Ryan Coogler? Like, come on, man.
You make good movies, Ryan Coogler. This one was a good movie, but
it was. There were just certain little things, right? Just that's what I always said about it.
The first two acts is a James Bond movie. It really is. The first two acts of Black Panther. Then the third act, he preaches, and that's when the movie falls apart.
Yep.
You start preaching, it fell apart. Oh, Aquaman did it better.
Yeah.
Black Manta and Ocean Master were both awesome, and Ocean Master is pretty much the Killmonger character.
Mm-hmm.
He was better.
Black Manta, now I didn't think he got enough. I wanted more screen time out of him just to see more out of that badass suit he had on.
The spoiler alert. That's what the sequel's for.
Yeah.
He did the sequel bait. And once again, Black Manta is pretty much the claw of Aquaman. And once again, he was still the better. I like Ocean Master. Black Manta was still the better villain.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes sense because he's always been Aquaman's main villain. More so than Ocean Master is. Like, he's the big bad at Aquaman. But yeah, both villains were cool. I didn't hate Aquaman is just Black Panther done right.
Yep. That movie was like visually like just insane to watch, like the colors and everything. It was man, it was great. And like I said, those are my kid has sat still for like completely still and not moved for a few movies, and those two are right there on 2 out of the 3.
Yeah. I didn't even groan at the octopus playing the music.
No.
I was like, you've heard this, Aquaman. You've heard this.
I was like, hey man, I watched those fucking rhinos come to fucking Get Out's horn on top of the rock. So I can get away with the octopus. I'm all right with that.
God,
those fucking rhinos
again. I need to watch Aquaman again.
My wife wanted me to rent that. They're taking to the cabin this week because her parents haven't seen it yet. So her and Trey are gonna watch it with.
That movie even made Hello Kitty funny. It made Hello Kitty funny. Okay. I'm a grown man laughing at a Hello Kitty phone. I'm just like, what?
Oh shit! So hang on a second. I want to look at this for a minute here.
Oh yeah, Kevin Feige.
Yeah, let's see. Deadline also elaborates the reporting structure under Feige. The report says Dan Buckley will continue as president of Marvel Entertainment, where Ike Perlmutter remains chairman. Long a creative collaborator for Feige in publishing and television, Buckley will have a dual reporting structure going forward. He will continue to oversee publishing, creative editorial, and in that capacity, he will now report to Feige. Buckley is also responsible for publishing operations, sales, creative services, games, licensing, and events. There, he will report to Perlmutter. It is expected that Joe Quesada will remain a creative lead for Marvel. Reporting to Buckley, it is expected that all creative execs in publishing will report to Buckley. So this is my question: is will Kevin Feige and Ike Perlmutter get to be like Jim and Michael in The Office when they were co-managers?
They hate each other too much.
They do. They hate each other. But I mean, are they gonna like be trying to like undercut each other on things?
Oh yeah, they already tried. Why do you think you
yeah.
don't see any crossovers between the movies and the TV show anymore? Remember, you used to see crossover with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You notice that disappeared when they promoted Feige. Yeah, Feige, people forget, Feige worked his way up like a little snake. He did not have that much power during Iron Man 1. He was like the executive producer or some mess like that. Perlmutter, who, don't get me wrong, Perlmutter's an asshole too. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Perlmutter's responsible for a lot of terrible stuff too. But yeah, he got screwed by Feige.
Yeah,
then they gave Feige Marvel Studios, and now they're in Gates. So now, was it Perlmutter stuck with Marvel Comics and Marvel TV? Now you done took that from him too.
Yeah, Ike Perlmutter's no fucking saint either. That guy's kind of a douchebag too.
He's responsible for a lot of problems Marvel has now. Like, I'm not going to sit here and make it sound like he's a saint.
No. Wasn't he the one that? No, it was Tom Rothman from Sony that held up Deadpool for so long, and then they ended up making the same fucking movie that they wanted to make in the first place that they pitched initially, but he wouldn't let him make. So
Perlmutter's the one who tried to ban the Fantastic Four and the X-Men from the comics. That was Perlmutter. Like, never forget that.
Yeah, that's gonna really help your numbers there. Two of your most popular IPs or properties there.
And what happened when they came back? They started selling again.
Yeah, but hey, what the hell do we know? You guys are just like people that buy books and stuff like that. So
it's basically like watching the Joker and Lex Luthor fight each other. It's entertaining, but at the end, we're all gonna lose.
There is no fucking winner in that one. Nobody wins there. Nobody wins. That's an interesting man because, well, like Lex Luthor's not really much of a fighter per se. But Joker really isn't either. I mean, he's violent as fuck, but he's not real tough. He's got to have the element of surprise, or some kind of trap. But I don't know, man. I highly recommend out there, anybody listening to this afterwards or whatever, if you haven't seen Joker yet, do yourself a favor and go watch the movie of the year. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Go see the fucking movie of the year. It's amazing, and if Disney
doesn't want you to see it, that means you probably should go see it.
Yeah, and this speaking of that's one thing I wanted to do here. Is I just if the critics tell you that something's not good, and there's going to be roving packs of incels, don't believe them. I mean, that was like the funniest thing to me. I was like, I would pay money to see a roving pack of incels. I mean, but then I would just go to like, I don't know, probably like a Starbucks coffee shop. I mean, I don't know.
Say, man, I don't know if any of them even bathe. Like,
no.
They might use some of that fancy handmade soap or whatever.
The only time you really have to worry, I think you'd have more concern going to see like a Rick and Morty movie than you would at the Joker.
You would. Them fans get mean.
And they shame me too, because look, I love Rick and Morty, but I was like, come on, man, let's not hell McDonald's over some nugget.
Yep.
68, at least it's still considered fresh.
68. to 89, man. 43,567 audience reviews. This was 90 was it was 90 no 89 it settled in it, and 480 on the critics. Let's just jump over here and take a look. Joker is a movie that you ignore at your own peril. You give it a rotten review.
Wait, ignore at my own peril. That makes it sound like if I ignore it, something bad will happen.
Exactly.
That review doesn't make sense.
No, and it's a rotten review too.
Yeah, it should be. It's a movie you watch at your own peril.
Yeah.
My God, I'm critiquing the critics.
And this guy's from Salon. It's Matthew Rotha. He's the top critic. Oh, here's one from The Guardian. Bleak and Juvenile.
Did they not see Deadpool?
I was gonna say Juvenile. Juvenile describes Deadpool.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just
no,
yeah,
but just by comparison, a movie of cynicism so vast and pervasive as to render the viewing experience even emptier than the slapdash aesthetic does. Richard Brody from The New Yorker.
Have they not seen Titanic? I mean, it's pretty cynical when you realize they're all gonna die.
Yeah,
at least most of them are.
We waited 3 hours. I was just like, bring on the fucking water already. We know this boat's gonna sink.
Look, cynicism. Look, sometimes the world's a dark place. That's just gonna happen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some movies will show it, some movies won't. Like, it's variety, man.
That's the one line I really like from Samuel Jackson's Nick Fury is from Winter Soldier is when he's talking to Captain America and he says, "We see the world as it is, not how we want it to be." Like that is truer words have never been spoken.
Oh, I see this Beth McDonough one. She says the 2 words.
Oh, Joker is a visual feast about mental illness, the crumbling of an unstable economic system, and clutch your pearls, toxic masculinity. That thinks it has something groundbreaking to add to the comic book universe, but it merely adds an obtuse reflection. The Babbling Blonde. Let's take a look at Miss Beth McDonough.
Come on, people.
Beth McDonough, Tomato Meter approved. She Knows Network, AfterEllen.com, BirthMovies.death, Vague Visages, Audience Everywhere, and The Babbling Blonde.
I don't know what any of those are.
Let's see some of her other. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, 96. I can understand that. That's about Mr. Rogers.
Look, ain't no shit on the planet gonna shit on Tom Hanks. I'm just telling you that right now.
No.
They would get destroyed. People would rise up. That's the one moment where even the average person, SJW, be like, I think you're shilling. Everybody loves Tom Hanks.
Okay, this one gets me right here. Toy Story 4, 97%. The message it sends to a generation of young girls of benevolence, bravery, and independence is what makes Toy Story 4 a truly great addition to the already stellar trilogy of films for everyone of every age of life. Okay, so is this about, like, wasn't Bo Peep like the lead character in basically in this one?
I haven't seen part 4.
I haven't either, and it's funny because the books. I want to go back to a couple of these reviews. The books, my son has like a storybook, like a Pixar storybook, and it's got 2 different Toy Story little tales in it. They're like little 5-minute stories. They're like 4 or 5 pages. Really nice illustrations. But you barely get, like, one of them is about Buzz, and what doesn't focus on Buzz is all what was the girl's the female cow, Jessie. Yep, it was Jessie. Woody had like no lines in either of the stories. One of them was about Sergeant's little army men leaving Andy's house because they were getting ready to go in the attic because he was going to college. But the other one was about Buzz getting hit on the head. But like all the dialogue between the main characters was between Jessie. Woody didn't say anything or have any lines. He just like stood in the background like a prop. I'm like,
wow.
They just kind of like threw Woody, like he didn't do anything in either of the stories, like nothing. I was like, man, that kind of stinks.
Maybe there is a Woody book out there and we just don't know about it.
I know they're shitting on Woody, man.
You find it interesting that they metaphorically shipped out the army soldiers in that movie?
Honestly, I thought that because I'm like, oh, Andy's going to college, time to get rid of the time, and the only toys that are like we're leaving, they get rid of the soldiers. It's like it wasn't Ham the piggy bank or Rex or what was the other one? Trixie the Triceratops.
It was.
Are we never going to question the fact that Andy did have a Bo Peep?
I was going to say, Andy,
that was his sister's.
Let's go with that.
hey, I had GI Joes, and my my GI Joes used to have to go on furlough sometimes, and my sister's Barbies were around. That's all I'm saying. When they went on shore leave,
Oh snap! Have we made Toy Story R-rated?
they
It's
went
like
on
Back
shore
to the
leave,
League
man.
Called Woody and Buzz.
Gung Ho and a few of the boys were, they were they were having liberties. So
We
hey.
almost had an R-rated Toy Story. It was called Small Soldiers.
Yep,
Touche.
that movie was
Touche.
freaking badass too.
It's
That
really underrated.
That's how you subvert expectations.
Hmm?
Remember, all the advertisement made it look like the dogs were the bad guys and that the soldiers were the good guys.
mhm.
Then you finally saw the movie. It's like, wait a minute, no, the dogs are the good guys.
Yep.
Take note, Ryan Johnson.
Leader of the Gorgonauts.
Yeah, go look at the old advertisement for Small Soldiers. It clearly made the soldiers out to be the good guys.
That's a M. Night Shyamalan level twist before M. Night Shyamalan was twisting.
That's right. That's right.
Let's see. Joker tries to be serious in a familiar genre, but holds on to the convention. Oh, full review in Spanish.
What convention?
I don't know. I'm not reading a full review.
I was gonna say Marvel movies are the ones that do the same thing over and over.
Oh, this one right here. I'm sorry. This will be one of the last ones I read. I can't endorse this movie because it's so violent and disturbing, and not for any needed reason either. But hats off to Phoenix, who becomes the villain full force, and this performance is brave, strong, and scary. The tie-in with the Batman story is clumsy. Some of the supporting actors are strong, but De Niro plays De Niro, not for anyone under 18, in my opinion. What is so scary about this movie?
Wait, hold up. Can you say that last line again?
Not for anyone under 18, in my opinion. Well, it's rated R, so it's...
Yeah, I was about to say, if only there was some rating that would keep people under 18
If
out.
only we had a
Just
system
something.
to rate
Maybe
motion
the alphabet
pictures.
people can help me here. Is there something that can prevent people 17 and under from seeing this movie? Anything at all? Chat, can you help us out with
Does
this?
somebody have a
Anything at
stunning?
all?
Does somebody have a stunning and brave solution for this problem?
Not for anyone 18 and under. No, duh.
If only there was a way to keep those meddling kids out of those R-rated movies. Damn it! Jesus, Mary and Joseph, help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
I'm trying to be nice. If people don't like Joker because they just don't think it's a good movie, that's fine. But I feel like the people who are hating on it, at least these critics, it's just for political reasons. You
Yep.
don't need to, man.
They
Have your own opinions.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say.
Now have your own thoughts and opinions. Like I said, if you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't be like, well, it's promoting something. It's like, so did John Wick.
Yep.
A lot of people died because, spoiler alert, a dog got killed. That is disturbing. People care more about animals getting killed than they do humans.
Y'all remember when, like, 15 years ago when The Passion of the Christ was considered controversial?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember the South Park episode too. The Passion of the Jew.
It's just a stuff film.
Like my money.
I want my goddamn money back.
And you know what? None of the SJWs ever talk about the brave casting Mel Gibson did when he cast the devil as a woman.
That was
So
progressive.
brave.
That was progressive and stunning, and
That was progressive. They made the devil a woman. No one talks about that.
does anybody?
It ain't Elizabeth Hurley, but still.
I was gonna say, yeah. Does anybody remember what the hell was that other movie?
Bedazzled.
That was Bedazzled. Yep. That. Oh God. I
I love that movie.
went to see that in the theater, man. Elizabeth Hurley's still a smoke show though, so
She's like 50 years old, and she is still. I think she posted a photo of her in a
did.
bikini the other day. She is still hot.
she did. Her
She's like in her 50s.
Her and Salma Hayek, same thing. She's like 53, and she was in a two-piece, and she looks better than a lot of 21, 22-year-old girls I see on Instagram. I mean, just
People don't realize, man. Like, yo, Desperado and these movies are like 20 years old. You don't think about it when you see them in modern day, and they still look. What's her name? Still is hot. What is it? Elvira?
yep.
She had a-
She's beautiful.
She's like 60, ain't she?
She's 68 years old, I think,
Yeah.
something like that. Like, she's beautiful.
Both personas are still hot. The
Mhm.
Cassandra Peterson and the Elvira one. I was like, oh lord.
Yep.
Ladies, there's no excuse. Keep it shaped. There's no excuse to let yourself go.
Keep it right, keep it tight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
No, what's her name? Salma Hayek. One of the first movies I remember her in outside of was it
Desperado.
Desperado and was Fools
Dusk Till
Rush
Dawn?
In. Dust Till Dawn,
I
Fools
remember
Rush
that.
In. I went to see that with my girlfriend at the time, man, and that was like, I was never into Friends, but I still kind of thought Matthew Perry was funny outside of the Friends show.
Which makes sense. Matthew Perry was the one everyone thought was going to be the breakout star.
Yep. And
He was the one that got all the movie deals and stuff. People forget that a lot, but yeah, he was the one that got the movie. It wasn't Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox. Matthew Perry was going to be the one that was going to break out.
Yep. Courtney Cox got big with Scream, and then Jennifer Aniston like hit her movie stride like later on after she cheated
got famous because of Brad. No. Brad Pitt
cheated on her with Angelina Jolie, which makes no fucking sense on earth. Like in not one galaxy does that make sense to me.
He wanted kids. Angelina had a whole lot of kids.
Jesus.
I think the best movie I ever saw with Selma Hayek, and it was probably Frida.
Oh yeah, isn't Alfred Molina in that movie?
I think he is, isn't he?
I think Doc Ock's in that movie. Yeah, I think he is.
That one kind of
Selma Hayek's had some good movies, man.
Yes, she has. She's been around too. Like you said, man, she's been around for years, and she's still like maintains. I mean, she's good in damn near anything she's in.
She is.
She's truly like just a good actress, and she's in the Eternals. I think isn't she? I think she's in the Eternals. Let me look up the cast of that. I'm fairly certain. I know. I don't know. I might be wrong on that, but because the Eternals has got like, it's what's her name? Angelina Jolie's in it.
Oh Lord.
Yep. The Eternals. Richard Madden. Let's see. Here we go. Cast and crew. Yeah, I'm not excited for this one at all. Like at all. It just doesn't even sound good to me. Let's see. It's directed by Chloe Zhao. We got Angelina Jolie as Thena, Richard Madden as Icarus, Salma Hayek as Ajak, Gemma Chan is Cersei, Kumail Nanjiani is Kingo, Kit Harington is Dane Whitman, Brian Tyree Henry is Fastos, Barry Keoghan is Druig, Lauren Ridloff is Makari, Dong Sauk Ma is Gilgamesh, and Leah McHugh is Sprite. So
okay, other than Kit Harington playing the Black Knight, I don't know who any of these characters are. I do know was it Gemma Chan? Okay, she's hot just because I remember her on that TV show Humans.
Yep.
She is hot.
Yes, she's beautiful.
She is hot. I don't even know who she's playing. Like I know of the Eternals. I don't follow them that much. The Black Knight's the only one I really know. I think there was one named Cersei, but I don't really remember the Eternals. They're like the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're obscure.
They're very obscure. They've been around since like the beginning of the universe, and they haven't intervened in anything because their fucking rivals. I can't remember what they're called. But it's something with a D. Damn it.
I'll give them credit though. If you're gonna pick a movie to do a lot of race changing on, the Eternals would be it, because
and I think they did that in a couple of the main characters at least. And like I said, I don't really have a frame of reference for this because it's such an obscure comic. I really don't. I've watched some background videos on them, and I mean the backstory. It kind of makes sense, but I mean it doesn't really interest me, I guess. I'll probably watch it. Obviously I'm not going to go to the theater. I'll watch it when it comes out on, Blu-ray or whatever. I'll rent it. Just so I'm up, because I'm still going to like keep up on the MCU for the channel and everything.
I don't even know who most of these actors are.
I know who
I know four of them.
I know Kumail Nanjiani, obviously Jolie, Richard Madden. I know the name.
Game of Thrones.
That's what I said. I'd never watched Game of Thrones.
And Kit Harington are both in Game of Thrones.
Yep. Kumail Nanjiani, I used to watch his stand-up comedy.
He's in that movie with Batista, isn't he?
Yes, the one that failed miserably.
Isn't he also? And okay, now I feel like it's racist if I say it. I want to say, is that Dopinder? Is that Dopinder? No, I know where I know him from. What is it? It's a Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Silicon Valley.
Yes, he's in Silicon. Okay, he's in,
which has T.J. Miller from Deadpool. Boom!
Yep.
I put it together.
He's in Bless the Hearts. That's a TV show. That's an animated show on Fox right now. Silicon Valley. He was in Men in Black International. He did voice work. Kumail Nanjiani was in Game of Thrones too. He's in one episode. Starks. What the fuck is that? Was that one of the episodes? I don't know. He was in one.
Again?
The Ass of Starks. That's Gay of Thrones. Jesus Christ! I was
Okay, I came back at the wrong time.
Yeah, I'm on his
second.
I'm on his IMDb page. He was in one episode of Twilight Zone. Stuber was the movie with him and Batista.
Yep, I remember that.
Portlandia he was in. Yeah, he did a video game voice for Middle Earth: Shadow of War. He's filming. Let's see. He's got Doolittle. He's in post. That's in post production right now.
That makes me cringe.
That's the one with Robert Downey Jr. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
Lovebirds with that's in post production. I have no idea what that is. And Eternals is filming. So I don't. I don't know. I'm not a. Like I said, I watched some of his stand up comedy, but. That's
he's one of those actors where like he's been in a lot of stuff, but he's never really the lead, except for maybe this Stupor movie.
Yeah,
this might be the only one I can think of where he's probably the lead in this one. But it's like I don't think he's ever the lead in anything.
Hey, we broke double digits on likes tonight. Everybody, hey, let's stop and just give ourselves a little round of applause there.
Yes,
hey, that's what it's all about, man. Thank you guys so much for joining us out there in the chat so far. But no, so this
Carnage talk equals likes.
I guess, man. This Eternals movie, though, like I said, this is not one of the ones that because this comes out next November, I think it is. And I'm not excited for it, man. Not at all. Black Widow, I'll go to the theater and watch that one. I will definitely go.
The PG-13 one where she doesn't use guns.
I know, what the hell, like, that's another one. And then there was an article on, I can't remember if it was Bounding into Comics or if it was We Got This Covered, which is why I ignored it. But it was talking about them doing sequels to the Black Widow prequel, and I'm like, wait. Let me stop you right there, player. Let me stop you right there. If you try to tell me that you're going to do multiple sequels for the dead character that you just killed off, you in a match with the Undertaker tonight, player. That's it. You in a one-on-one match with the Undertaker tonight. That's it.
They think they're George Lucas all of a sudden.
Come on, man. Is this
I'm trying to make Widow before?
Yeah, they should have done Black Widow about what 3, 4, 5 years ago. They could have done
probably
a movie
after Avengers.
Yeah,
it should have been a Phase 2 movie. Actually, no, make it a Phase 3 because I think she got more popular after Captain America: Winter Soldier. After that movie, give her own movie.
Yeah. Yep. But no, they didn't.
I understand why they didn't do it because I hate to admit it, Black Widow is one of those characters. She works better with other people than she does her own. But I was like, look, you made Iron Man popular. Do people realize how unpopular Iron Man was in the comics? Hell, he's still unpopular in the comics outside of Robert Downey Jr. If you can make that popular, you could make Black Widow popular. Go for it.
Look, they've pushed Cat Pan Mediocre to the forefront, and that book's been rebooted 11 times in 6 fucking years.
Hold up. Hold up. Oh, it just got rebooted again.
There's number 12.
It just got rebooted again while we were talking.
What is it? Every 35 seconds, a Captain Marvel comic gets rebooted somewhere in America. Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
just look in the mirror and say three times. Captain Marvel gets rebooted.
What was that, Sal?
I was paraphrasing It's a Wonderful Life. Said every time a bell rings, Brie Larson gets a new #1 comic.
Oh my God!
They don't sell.
No, and
they don't sell.
I guess the recent one started selling because they were going to kill her off.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're not going to kill her. Death means nothing in comics anymore.
It never.
Even Uncle Ben came back for a little bit doing Spider-Man 3. People forget that, man. He did. He came back in the comics. He came back just so Sandman could kill him again.
God damn it, Flint Marko, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. The only people who've never come back Gwen Stacy came back. So no, everyone's come back. Gwen Stacy came back during the clone conspiracy. Uncle Ben came back. Bucky's come back. Actually, no. Thunderbird came back too recently, and he was dead for like 40 years.
Jesus.
That's Warpath's brother, isn't it?
Yeah, he was the one. He had one mission with the X-Men and then died on the second mission.
Damn.
he died like 2 issues later on the second.
That's as good as Deadpool's team, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Then they get that in like Deadpool 2, they all got smoked like 5 minutes into their first mission.
Subverting expectation again. Remember in Deadpool 2, they filmed extra scenes of them that wouldn't be in the movie. Like there's scenes of them fighting Juggernaut and stuff in the trailers and stuff. That never happened. Oh God, yeah. Hold up, there's gotta be someone who died that didn't come back.
Well, while you're thinking,
the Fixer.
The Fixer.
The Fixer. The assassin Red Skull sent to kill Spider-Man's parents. Spider-Man killed him in the 60s. He's never come back.
Spider-Man kills him. He's dead, and he ain't coming back.
Don't say it loud or they'll bring it back.
I know. He only has one comic. It was an annual. He only has one comic to his name, but to my knowledge, he's never come back. He's had a brother come back, but he's never come back. Man, no one does stay dead.
I'm trying to think of what the hell.
Yeah, his less successful cousin, the Duct Taper, is still around.
Isn't that Red Green? Red Green, the Duct Taper.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my Waffle movie.
I can't remember his name. There was a character in a book called The World's Worst X-Man, where his power was he explodes. But the problem with he can cause like a huge explosion. But the problem is, it's an explosion. He dies if he uses it.
So he's a suicide bomber.
Yeah, but he's trying not to do it because he doesn't want to die. I think at the end of the book, he finally does kill himself to save the X-Men. And he's never come back.
Like, this motherfucker.
I gotta remember what his name is. Like I said, the book, it's a graphic novel. It's called The World's Worst X-Man. I remember that.
That title's quite literal too, it sounds like.
I miss that about the X-Men, man. When the mutants had some silly powers sometimes to go along with the cool powers. They can't all be Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta. Have you ever heard of Forget-Me-Not?
No.
Okay, well, Forget-Me-Not is a mutant whose powers is he can make people forget he ever saw him. The implication is that Forget-Me-Not has actually been in the X-Men since issue 1. We just all keep forgetting about him. The implication is he's been in the movie, he's been in the cartoon, he's been fighting Magneto. He just don't remember him.
He just retcons himself. He's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You just don't
Age of
know.
Apocalypse. He was in Days of Future Past. He's in all these comics. We all forget about him. That is so stupid, but I love it.
It's actually kind of clever if you think about it.
It
It
is.
really is.
It's just a problem.
There was speaking of dumb powers, I remember reading it, but I don't remember what story arc, what it was called. It was some like kid that was reading comics, and then all of a sudden the superhero started showing up, and it was like some kid went to a mental asylum, but that was like his powers, that he could like pull the heroes from another universe or something like that. Or
That sounds familiar, but I can't quite think of what it was. It sounds familiar.
yeah, I know I've read it, but for the life of me, I cannot remember when you said "Forget Me Not." That's what I thought of.
Right? No.
Huh.
Yeah,
That sounds familiar. Like, I think I've read that before.
yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
like
look this up. It's kind of driving me nuts now.
yeah, it's like the kid that's reading it. He had like a brother that his mom put in an insane asylum or something, but his power only works when he's around his brother or something. But he starts I think he starts pulling the villains first, and then the heroes start showing up or something. Or
Flare X's Last Action Hero. It sounds familiar. It kind of does
Oh
sound
my
like the movie for the
God.
Last Action Hero.
This is awkward.
yeah, it's definitely not Last Action Hero. But it's like for the life.
They made a superhero recently called Kid Kaiju, who he would draw monsters, and those monsters would come to life. I remember that. But
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about too. There's another one with heroes.
Yeah, and it's like It's the only comic book in Marvel that has existed, quote, in our reality. Like, 616 is considered, our Earth, but there was it was a different Earth. It was literally our Earth where there are no superheroes. But this kid was reading the comics and kept pulling them from that universe.
Because that's where Gwenpool comes from.
Mm-hmm.
The real universe, or whatever.
Right.
Gwen. I still can't get used to Gwenpool.
Oh, don't worry.
Hold up, I'm gonna tell you right now. Gwenpool is not Gwen Stacy.
Okay.
That's the biggest mistake everyone makes, and that's the only reason she even got a little bit of popularity.
All right, so it's not a Gwen Stacy deal.
No.
Okay, I could deal with that a little bit more. I was like, because isn't she dead? But they brought her back.
Yeah. And Gwenpool has the dumbest weakness in all of comic books that I can think of.
Does she have a small opening above her ventilation shaft?
Oh, I know what it is.
Yep.
You
know what it is, don't you?
It's poor comic sales.
No. Remember, it's Deadpool.
Nah, I was making a joke, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's still funnier than anything Gwenpool put out. Yeah. How is that your weakness? Is Deadpool?
I just think it's funny that they take Gwenpool as a champion for their SJW ship, but her weakness as a man.
Mm-hmm. Well, the whole idea about Gwenpool is that she reads all the comics, so she knows everything about all the heroes, but she, quote unquote, she hates Deadpool, so she's never read her comics. So she can't, which kind of shocks everyone, because everyone's like, well, wait a minute, aren't you just ripping off Deadpool? Because she's not Gwen Stacy. Her character's name is Gwendolyn Poole. And everyone tells us, like, you dress like Deadpool. You constantly talk about how we're all in a comic book like Deadpool. And it kind of gives her, like, this depression when she realizes she's ripping off the one hero she hates the most. And Deadpool schooled her. Like, that was the only Gwenpool book I ever liked, because they do pretty much school her. It's like, Deadpool says it. The only reason people even read your crap is because they think you're Gwen Stacy. Trust me, Emma Stone will never play you. You're not even good enough for Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oof.
I was like, damn, Deadpool savage.
At least Bryce Dallas Howard was hot as Gwen Stacy.
She was.
She was sexy in that movie. She really was.
Speaking of superpowers and masculine overtones and shit, I wonder if in Wonder Woman, what are they calling it, 1984 or 1985, whatever it's called, I wonder if they'll bring back her weakness where she has her hands bound, that she has to obey anything that a man tells her.
They'll never go back to that.
That weakness ever existed.
Well, you know what? You can't do that anyway, because the villain of this movie is Cheetah. Because remember, it has to be a man to do it. A woman can't do it.
Right.
Which was always a weird thing. So you gave her a weakness that her arch nemesis can't use. It's just okay. We don't bring up that.
We're not to speak of that. Oh God. Well,
or that time Supergirl's horse wanted to bang her. Oh, that's real.
Oh God. Is that a CW thing?
No, that's a comic thing.
Oof.
Supergirl had, I think it was Supergirl. She had a horse, and the horse one day took on a human form, and it started dating her, and it never told her that it was actually the horse.
Holy shit!
And I can think of even weirder stuff. There's the time Iron Man's suit became sentient and wanted to bang him.
Please tell me it wasn't Jarvis. It was Friday.
No, but I think that was the start of it. He didn't really have an AI back then. I think that was a 90s comic. It was 90s or early 2000s when he had the suit that wanted to bang him. And he became sentient.
Hey, quit grabbing my shit, man. I'm trying to get inside you. I'm trying to get inside you. Whoa, bitch.
Well, I think it says something like that, too. It's like, I want you inside me, Tony. Comics, look, man, comics are just... Comics has a lot of stupid stuff, but you love it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's not woke, it's funny.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. As long as it's not woke, you're good. Like, that's it.
I mean, my God, if we could do a whole episode of just dumb things that happen in comics.
That will happen eventually. But right now, what needs to happen is I'm gonna wake Loudy up, and we've been going about 2:23, so it's time.
Man, we need lives.
It's time for Who's Worthy of Mjolnir with Coach Loudy. Take it away.
It's time. It's time. It's Mjolnir time. Anyways, this week's selection, it's a little bit more than one. Now, as we do every week, I won't be too repetitive as to what Mjolnir used to be and what Mjolnir is now. Of course, Mjolnir holds up. It finds people worthy who uphold honor and respect. Those who play by the rules, if you will. So, Monday night, as some of you sports fans may know, there was a foosball game on TV.
Oh.
Yeah, oof is right. It was the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers. Well, for those of you who watched the game, it was quite obvious who the officials were rooting for, what jerseys they were wearing underneath their beloved. How am I going to say this? Their beloved non-judgmental stripes, and I say non-judgmental with the hold on quotation marks. So. This week, imagine Aaron Rodgers sitting on a couch, minding his own business, when about 5 to 6 refs all start standing behind him while he's wearing nothing but a white T-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, your holders of Mjolnir this week is not only just Aaron Rodgers, but that entire horrible officiating crew who called the most BS calls of no hands to the face, hands to the face when there were no hands to the face. Let's also not forget the pylon view of the receiver being down at the 1 yard line when they called it a touchdown. When in reality it was not a touchdown whatsoever. There were just so many penalties, and obviously, I feel like at least 6 of the 8 refs probably started Aaron Rodgers on their fantasy team, and they needed the points. So this one's for you, officiating crew, along with good old Aaron Rodgers. You guys get to hold Mjolnir this week, and we'll see you guys during hurricane season. That's all I got.
And they joined some. Thank you, Coach Loudy, for that. Who's worthy of Mjolnir this week, ladies and gentlemen? Aaron Rodgers and the officiating crew from the Lions Monday night game with the Packers this past Monday. I can't even. We've got some great company for them. I mean, we've got Jared from Subway.
Yeah.
Who's worthy. Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, just to name a few. The Lions were named worthy one week because they screwed up so bad.
And actually, due to the severity of what happened to them on Monday night, I'm almost tempted to say that they're no longer worthy of holding Mjolnir.
I don't think they are.
Oh, they lost it that quick?
Yeah. Let's see who else did we have?
Cody and Brandy Rose.
Yeah, Cody and Brandy. Nyla Rose. Yep, Nyla Rose is worthy of holding Mjolnir because, well, I'm not going to tell it no.
Go woke, baby.
She didn't get the title. She didn't get the title.
No. If you want to do a quick snippet of Running the Ropes with Coach Loudy on the very first episode of AEW Dynamite.
I will do that episode with you, Coach.
Riho, who is probably 89 pounds soaking wet in the rain and hurricane season, beat Nyla Rose for the women's title. So an actual woman holds the women's title in AEW.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, that is very good.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't even that great of a match, but that's more Nyla Rose's fault than it is Riho.
Dude, he is not a good worker. Brandon is not a good worker.
Riho
His name's Brandon.
I think it's Brandon. Yeah.
So brave. Yeah.
Many braves, lots stunning.
Yeah, Riho had to carry that entire match. I feel for that poor girl.
Well, see, Riho's 22 and has been wrestling for 13 years.
Yeah,
so,
she's been wrestling since she was 9, right?
Yeah.
She's real good at it. She has more experience than most of the women there, even though she's the youngest.
And Kenny Omega loves her.
Dude,
he's tagged with her.
I ain't gonna lie, man. After I saw that match, I kind of love her too, man.
That's the thing.
Hashtag I love you, Riho.
You gotta take people like this, and you gotta build around them for the future. You can't put all your eggs in this Nyla Rose basket because she's already got 2 eggs and an Adam's apple in there. It's kind of full right now.
It should have been, and I hope they do it down the road. It needs to be Awesome Kong, not Nyla Rose.
Awesome Kong is a liability, but not as big a liability as Nyla Rose, if that makes any sense. Nyla Rose will cost you fans just because of what they are. I don't know what it is. I don't do the pronoun game. I'm just gonna call him he, because I don't really care about your feelings. Your mental illness doesn't fucking affect me. You're a fucking dude. I've been in the locker room with you. You're a dude. The first time I ever fucking met Nyla Rose at a show in the locker room, I'm like, this ain't no woman. She's standing next to this. She's standing next to this girl. Her and this other dude, Mr. Grimm, the Soul Taker, came out from Baltimore, DC area, to Saginaw to work a show for Rude Boy, who was running the company I was working for, which was Apex Pro Wrestling. Rude Boy's from the ICP clique. He's like in their videos. He raps and shit.
Juggalo.
Yeah, he's not a good fucking worker. I mean, he's been in the business a long time. I mean, he's just he's does the hardcore shit. I mean, that's his, like, he might have been better back in the day, but now it's just like him and the Necro Butcher. I watch him just bleed. We weren't supposed to bleed in this youth center working in a Buena Vista, which is kind of in the hood in Saginaw, right? Like we're there. It's not a nice neighborhood. Like, I'm rolling up in my 300 going, well, a good thing I got full coverage tonight. This motherfucker might be gone. I just don't want to have to walk here. God damn it. Because it's about 700 yards I-75, and I'm not that goddamn fast towing my gear bag in my backpack. So, no.
I think AEW. Okay.
But no, so that's where I met Nyla Rose. Was she come out with these guys, and she walks in with this.
You said she.
Yeah, I did.
How could you?
I don't know. I'm tired.
You assumed his gender?
I assumed it was. I assumed it was a female
right now.
But so really, man. Nyla walks in with his I can't remember the dude's name. I can't remember his shoot name, and then Amber Rodriguez, this little skinny Mexican chick who was just like fucking drop dead gorgeous. Like, I mean, smoke show. And you see her next, it's like Beauty and the Beast. Like, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was like one of them things. I was like, oh shit. But I had to introduce myself to both of them. I was like, how are you ladies doing? When I said ladies, I was kind of like tongue in cheek, like, oh fuck. I was like, ma'am, sir, man, it's ma'am. You know, but I mean, really,
that's
dude.
When you have to start singing the song. I'm a dude. She's a dude. He's a dude. We're all dudes. Good burger, man.
Dude. He's a dude.
She's a dude.
We're all
dudes. Hey.
Yeah. I couldn't. I was like, I'm gonna be, and it's funny too because like I always get like the weights from the workers, because I don't announce. I'll just announce weight coming down the ring, and I was like, I walked up to them like, oh, I don't ask the ladies their weights, and I just kind of like rolled my eyes when I walked away. I'm like, Amber, you're probably about $105, dude. You're about 250, so yeah.
Oh, it was funny. So during that match, Riho versus Nyla Rose, JR was actually talking about their weight, and he read off Nyla Rose's weight. I think it was like 170 something. He's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm only about, like, right now, I'm down to about 215. I bet that bitch, she's about 225.
I'm about 250 myself.
Yeah, I'm 250.
Yeah, I cut my weight way back.
See, I think honestly, they wanted to use Awesome Kong, but I think AEW is being smart. They're gonna wait till the next season of Glow comes out. Then you're gonna put Awesome Kong, who is in Glow. Then you put her on there so y'all can promote that synergy.
Oh, she's on Glow. I haven't watched any of that yet. I watched the original.
It's really good.
I watched the original TV.
Good.
I watched the original Glow wrestling in the 80s on Saturday afternoons, right before War of the Worlds and on American Gladiators and all that stuff.
Bro, Netflix Glow is awesome. It is good.
So I like Allison Brie too.
There's no.
Well, look, she has a sex scene in it. She has a nude sex scene in the first episode of Glow.
Bonus. I've never seen it. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, man.
Just some more motivation.
Spoiler alert.
Awesome King's in.
What's that, Loudy?
There's no Tina Ferrari.
Ah, damn it.
No.
I like
But yeah,
Ivory.
Awesome Kong, she's in that, and she is a good character. She is good at it.
She plays the welfare queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's really funny. Like, yo, I think AEW's waiting until Glow comes back, and then they're gonna either put the title on her or let her fight Riho. They know. Awesome Kong works well with Asian wrestlers. She does.
Well, she gets to play that. She gets to play that King or that Godzilla role, you know, and do that. Cody Goober Brothers dropping the gauntlet. #, Team Candy Corn.
I like candy corn.
I do too.
I like
it.
Yeah, candy corn's good.
My tongue finally healed. I bit the shit out of my tongue like a week ago. I was talking. That's why I talked funny on every goddamn stream and video I was on for a week. I was like, talking.
See, I can't eat too much candy corn because, well, I don't want the diabetes.
Don't want the sugar. Don't want the sugar, man.
Yeah,
don't want the sugar.
Candy corn's good. All right,
it is.
I will fight someone for some candy corn.
I know.
Okay?
I like it.
It is neither candy nor is it corn.
And yet somehow it's better than both.
I know.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Fucking god awful.
Candy corn is wonderful, man.
Like, listen. I'm gonna literally try and tell you the Lewis Black shit here. Okay, all the candy corn that was ever made was made in 1920. All right, and every year we set it out and we say it's candy, it's corn. Let's try it. And then you take a bite. Son of a bitch! It's disgusting. And then every year, after it's thrown out, they scour the garbage for the packs of candy corn, and they resell the same shit every year. And here I am every year.
Busted out Lewis Black.
Ooh, candy corn. And then I take a bite. Son of a bitch!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
You know what? That is a fucking great place to leave this episode on. This has been episode number 69 of the Place to Be Reviews. I'm gonna go around
Is this really 69?
It is. It is episode 69.
Damn it!
Were you not here at the beginning of the episode, Alex? Pay attention. Watch the product.
I was
follow the product.
distracted. Okay, I was distracted. Okay.
By what? All the dicks on your computer screen?
I'm not Pete. I was distracted by the AEW that was playing on my TV.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, go eat some candy corn. Go.
No, I don't keep any in my apartment because it's fucking garbage.
I'll send you some.
I want to be dined and dined at 69. Oh. Metaphorically 69.
So yeah, this has been episode 69. My guest this evening, my co-host Monica had to bounce early. Thank you to the amazing MJ. Linkalek7, thank you for coming on, brother. I really appreciate it, and your wealth of comic knowledge tonight. Thank you so much, sir.
Read Maximum Carnage.
The man in the bottom right-hand corner, my brother Salvador, the Don of 2 Cents Toys. Thank you for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it, Sal. Go ahead and plug your channel, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Always.
I apologize for not being on my A game tonight. I am slightly under the weather, which may have something to do with the garbage I took yesterday and the $20 Taco Bell I ate today. But 2 Cents Toys is my channel. I review lots of toys. Go check out my back catalog Calamities, which is some of my finer work. And coming up soon, I've reviewed my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hulk. And I'm almost completely caught up with all my back catalog shit, so I'll actually start being able to make videos of the stuff I want to make. So, different content is coming. It's not just toy reviews.
All right, go over and subscribe to 2 Cents Toys if you haven't already. And if you're a collector of toys and you don't subscribe, I don't know what the hell you're doing. And last but certainly not least, he is the coach, Rowdy Loudy.
America, I'll leave you with a question. If you didn't finger her butthole, did you even have sex?
And with that is something to ponder and think about until we meet again. We will be back and better than ever, like Mike and Mike in the morning, except it'll be Monday night with Going in Raw, episode 70 of the podcast will be this coming Monday. Remember, before I jump ahead to Monday, we had a little something going on Saturday called What? Horror at the Unicorn Store. That's right. We're going to sit through a horror movie, Unicorn Store, and then we're going to watch Clive Barker's 1987 classic, Hellraiser, afterwards. Yeah. So we're going to start Unicorn Store, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's available on Netflix, or you might be able to find it somewhere else. Don't act like you don't have your sister, or your aunt, or your brother's Netflix login, because I'm the fourth man on the account. So I know if I have one, you probably do too. So you can check that out on Netflix. And then after that, free on YouTube is Hellraiser. I will be posting a link in the chat. As we'll be watching both movies. Like I said, Hellraiser is a palate cleanser, and I want to do at least one more watch party, and we'll probably watch. I'm thinking I've got a couple more, but we'll talk about that at a later date. So join us this Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow morning with probably a video or two, Friday a video or two, and my Friday nights are free now. So no streaming. I'm taking taking Friday night off, and it's the me time. I'm just going to incubate like Brie Larson and focus on me and make sure I'm drinking enough water. And am I meditating? And have I checked my funky fungus toe? I don't know, but I'm not wearing open toes with this bitch. So I'm Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I have been here with all of yous. Remember, if I don't see you, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. This is the point where we can talk for a couple seconds till we're off the air. Bye. See you guys.